Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this glorious Buffalo Bill Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. This program starts right now. Football is almost happening. College football is already off and running. This weekend is going to be electrifying for the college teams across the country. The NFL is currently in the middle of like a purgatory. Yep. Okay, the preseason's over. Cut day was just yesterday. We'll have full reaction to all the shit that happened to all your teams. I do believe the big story was the PUP list. A lot of big-time names missing the first 4 weeks of the NFL, so first 3 weeks of the NFL season. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Stefan Diggs is here. The other half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Bubba Gumpino is back from deportation in Canada.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You had a 10-year ban. You were deported. What'd you say? That ain't going to slow me down, lad. No. We had to fight the immigration system a few different times, do some politicking. Go ahead and talk about the UFOs, China, whatever you want to do. Let's go ahead and get our guy back. You're back. It's great to see you, Gumpy. This morning you look amazing.
Hell yeah, Gump.
14-year NFL icon Pac-Man Jones is here and joining us now live from Buffalo, New York. A man who is now the prototype of what everybody hopes that they draft for their quarterback. He's tall, he's fast, he's handsome, he's strapping. And although he is an all-pro, he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet.
Not yet.
I think he's going to soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the animal, the stud, Josh Allen. Thank you for joining us.
That was electric.
Well,
It was awesome.
Didn't win a Super Bowl yet. I don't know why my brain said that. That's fucked up because it was so positive. We're in a good time right now. That's why I ended it with saying, I think it's going to happen though. How do we feel? The team feels good. Everybody playing great. Where are we right now? 10 days away from the NFL season starting for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, feeling good. Like you said earlier, purgatory cut day was yesterday. That's always a sad time. You know, if you don't get in the locker room early enough, there's some guys you may never see again, so just trying to be there for those guys. But at the same time, now we're turning our attention to Monday night against the New York Football Jets.
Yeah, and that's going to be a massive game, obviously, on September 11th in the shadows of New York City.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you've been watching Hard Knocks, trying to get a little extra tape on him? Quinnen Williams is good, Josh.
Yeah, they're a star-studded pack team right now. We understand that. I haven't watched any of the Hard Knocks. I haven't really been watching anything as of recently. I've been a little busy.
Okay, dialed in the ball. So what is this week like for you guys? Are you guys back to work? Have you just watched filming? Like yesterday, what did you do while the cuts were happening?
Yeah, we came in, we worked out, watched a little bit of film, did a quick walkthrough at the end of the day. Today we got back on the practice field, kind of a training camp type schedule. We'll have meetings here in about 45 minutes. Same type of schedule today for tomorrow, and then we're off for 3 days, and then we're in grind time.
You look more fit right now. Is that an accurate reading or no?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah.
Trying.
Yeah. What have you been doing different? Anything this off-season, dieting, workout, or just as you get older here, you're...
Just paying attention more to my body, understanding what I can and can't intake. I'm a little old school. If I want to lose some weight, I just stop eating. I fast a little bit, and I think fasting is good for the mind, body, soul. I think that's something I'm diving into a little bit more as I get older. I think there's some key benefits to it, but I'm cold tubbing a little bit more now.
Whoa.
Sure I'm getting sauna. Yeah, so we're trying to do all the right things,
Dude, you're an internet influencer all of a sudden, like in the fitness world. You know what I mean? Calorie in, calorie out.
Yeah.
Got to keep one number lower than the other. Hop in a cold tub. Little Wim Hofen, doing that whole thing. I'm in a cold tub as well. Allegedly, I used to do it whenever I played just because I thought it made my legs feel better after I kicked or whatever. But now everybody's doing it. It's supposed to be like a real benefit for your entire psyche, your body. I absolutely love it. I assume have you always been a cold tub guy or just recently started hopping in there with Wim Hof?
I hated the cold tub, and I've been recently hopping in there. I go get in the sauna for about 15 minutes, then I'll dunk in the cold tub for about 5 right after. So just trying to shocked about it. Again, the benefits. I've seen all the TikToks talking about all the benefits about the cold tub, so we're trying it out.
Every time I read them, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It feels
I have no idea what's going on.
no idea.
If you think it works, it works.
Yeah,
right?
placebos have been around a long time and have done their thing. So you're in better shape. Obviously, we got a team that we're ready to go on a run. Expectations for you are always going to be Super Bowl because of the team that you guys have built. But it wasn't like that your first year, and there's a lot of young quarterbacks now where everybody is hoping to make the jump that Josh Allen made. You got a lot of people saying, well, if this guy is able to figure it out like Josh Allen was able to figure it out, he's going to be special. We can't judge him now what he's going to become. Do you hear those whispers, and do you take it as a compliment to your hard work? And what did you work on this past offseason in your game you think that's going to showcase on Monday night and throughout this season?
Yeah, well, I think it is a testament to kind of what we've done here in Buffalo and the coaching staff and the front office believing and trusting in me and giving me enough opportunity to develop it and be the quarterback that I am today. And again, it wasn't just me. There was a lot of people that were involved. There was a lot of hardships that I had to go through to understand, the game of football and how I need to handle myself on and off the field. But yeah, I think this offseason just working on, again, just my stroke and try to be as consistent as possible with my mechanics, delivering the ball from the same spot every time, and just trying to work on completion percentage a little bit and allow ourselves to stay out of third and long and be quicker with decision making. So there's a lot that goes into it, and every year you try to find something to improve on, but you never really know until you get into real live game reps.
Yeah, because you get out there and you start running your face into people, and then you start, as I'm recalling, because I was just about to ask about Dorsey's offense, and was it the same as Daboll's? How much has changed? Because another year in that offense is probably going to be a good thing with the vets. But then, obviously, my brain just went immediately to, it's 2nd and 8 or something in the first quarter. Does not matter, this play, in the long run. But fucking old buddy here, I need to run this guy directly over. Like, that is what I need to do. And I think we've talked to Bean and McDermott. They're like, we trust Josh. Josh plays however he wants to play. You're getting old now. Are those things going to change? And what does another year in Dorsey's offense look like?
Yeah, in terms of if they're going to change, I'm still going to play football the way I know how to play
football.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Being smart and not taking the unnecessary hits. And I think we've done a good job of that in the last couple of years. And I'm not gonna. I knock on wood, but I won't even say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I think you can. No, I'm gonna say it. I've been playing the game for a long time now, going in my 6th year now in the same system for the 6th year. Dorsey and I are on the same page. We understand each other. I'm really vibing with what he's calling, how we're calling it, how we're getting to what we're getting to. I think our skill guys are in the same boat as me, just getting back to some of our more simple concepts, but stuff that's super effective for us that we can kind of run in our sleep. So we're looking forward to getting out there. I think our running game is going to be much improved this year, and Coach Cromer's got our offensive line in a good spot, and they're communicating well. So again, Monday night, New York Jets, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but the first week, yeah. There's so much. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows how it's all going to go? We assume you're going to be great that opening night all the way through the 17-game season. And one of your guys, was there ever a worry that Stefan Diggs was not going to be a Buffalo Bill there for a bit? Because I don't think we've talked to you since then. Never a worry.
No, never a worry.
Okay, that's good to hear, because, boy, it was getting loud. We were over here in Indiana. We were judging his Instagram posts. We were going to judge his Instagram posts because he said only showcasing his emotions how he knows how. And he had shin guards on one of the posts in that particular thing. So we thought maybe he was just taking it in the shin so bad he wanted to get out of there. But Stefan Diggs and you are obviously one of the best duos in the entire NFL. How has it been developing for another year with Stefan Diggs? And obviously, that little bit of adversity you had, we're very much past that. What do you expect out of him this season?
Yeah, I think, between me and him, our communication's an all-time high. Just understanding some of our concepts better, making sure that we're talking and have an open line of communication. He was just voted a captain today. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But,
Hey, that's huge. Yeah. That's a big deal.
For everybody else. For us, it was, obviously, there's no doubt. The energy and the juice that he's had this training camp, and as we're going into the season, it's at an all-time high. So, obviously, love playing with him. We're going to continue to grow and get better, and I think this is going to be our best year yet. I really, really believe that.
Congrats on a seed, Diggs.
Go.
Well deserved, well earned. But yeah, I do think that is going to be a storyline. I appreciate the way you said that. Like, you know, it might be news for you guys, but not in here because of how great your leadership is. That is very cool to hear about Stefan Diggs from where we were a couple months ago to where we are now. The Beals, huh?
Yeah.
The Beals.
Look out.
Connor, who is obviously a Patriots fan, has a question for you.
Yeah, and as a Patriots fan, I just have to compliment you first. You know, congratulations being on the cover of a Madden game that actually doesn't suck. It's the best Madden they've made in years. Good work. But how do you feel when, you know, guys now who are coming into the league are compared to you? Like, there's a lot of, this guy's got a lot of Josh Allen in him. This guy can be like a Josh Allen. Like, right now, it's Anthony Richardson. A few years ago, I guess 2 years ago, they were saying that about Trey Lance. Do you reach out to those guys? Is there any thought around that? And do you like it, or is it kind of annoying when guys are compared to you when you're, you know, one of the better QBs in the entire league?
No, man, I don't think it's annoying. You know, I got to see Anthony Richardson live this year. He's a specimen, man. Physical freak. He can spin the ball. He threw an absolute dime against us. It was a corner route. It wasn't caught, but it was an absolute dime. But just, you know, just talking right after the game, hey, if there's anything that I can do to help you. Like, I'm all about pushing the game forward. If there's a question that he may have, like, reach out to me. Like, I talk to Trey Lance. We got the same agent, so me and Trey kind of have a nice little relationship, and obviously a new start for him there in Dallas. But you know, I want to help people out, man. I don't think this is a time to hold things in, because again, I can help them out, and who knows, they might say something that might switch something in my mind and help me out too.
Anthony Richardson, you're his mentor? That's good. I like that a lot. How many?
Definitely not his mentor. You know, I think they're doing just fine in Indianapolis there.
No. Hey, listen, you need to send the game to him, please. Hey, we're talking videos. I'm talking like voice memos. You know, because sometimes some things get lost in transgression with just a text message. So.
Oh, that's right. Patriots fan asked me the question, but now Colts fan is paying attention to the question. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I'm always paying attention. You know, just want to see how the Colts can get better. I tried to trade for you a few times with Bean. Over the last couple of years. I don't know if you've heard that. Every time Beans come on, I asked to trade for you. He said he'd trade himself before he trade Josh. I thought I could be a good businessman. Never worked out. But now we got.
There you go.
Huh?
Got the mentor.
We got Josh Mentor. This is good news. We appreciate that over here. And I do love the fact that the game is evolving, you know, and obviously that is the game. It's always going to do that. But moving, play making, being able to throw is always going to be something you have to do. And I think that is kind of something that you developed so well, so quickly. Now, was it the addition of a weapon that can get open and make plays? Maybe. But that laser thing that we say, that was real, right? You did that one off season?
The what?
You put like lasers on your fucking body or something like that, didn't you? Isn't that...
Oh, I got my mechanics like digitally mapped through a guy named Chris Hess with Biometric.
And it was
changed my life.
Changed your life. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony Richardson, we just
something to think about.
Biometric. But no, so I don't know if I can share this, but Anthony Richardson has done it too with Chris Hess.
Oh my God.
I got to see, like, Anthony Richardson's mechanics they're up there. I mean, they're at the top. They're fantastic.
Whoa.
Like, if him throwing the ball it's a very pretty watch.
And this is the thing right here. Is this you exactly? Yeah. I can't see the picture as well enough. I don't know if that's you. But that changed your life. Was that one off season you decided to do this? And then they gave you a little piece of information. It was a trigger and just fixed everything?
Yep. And I wouldn't say, like, it took some work to get there, but it just showed how inefficient that I was throwing the ball in my first year or two. And it was right after my second year I did this, tweaked a few things, tried to become more of a rotational thrower than a linear thrower, right? That's still something that my body tries to revert back to sometimes, of delivering the ball, and I feel like my arm's straight down. So it's like I got to sometimes tell myself to continue to be a rotational thrower. And, you know, it's an up and down battle sometimes, but I'm still working on it.
Dude, you could throw the shit out of a javelin, though. Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Far.
What if it was lawn darts day? Could you imagine, like, during those things? Could you imagine Josh Allen with those lawn darts just fucking throwing the shit out? Oh my God. Because you have the strongest arm in the league still?
I think so.
I love it.
Yeah.
Those cold tubs, too. Maybe you'll keep going.
That's right.
Pac-Man's got a question for you, Josh.
Hey, Josh, y'all already have a star-studded cast over there. I see that Justin made the team, the young kid. How can he help and tell us a little bit about him?
Talking about Shorter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a long-range guy. I think special teams, kind of a gunner that we see that can develop into a really good player for us. I'm not sure is he. Okay, not yet. Okay. Yeah, I mean he's going to be good for us.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's a little piece of information somewhere that we. Are you involved in any of those conversations with Bean? Obviously we were a part of a big storyline a couple years ago with Aaron Rodgers when he was just asking to have a little bit of say on who he's throwing the ball to with the Green Bay Packers. And at that stage, he was in his 15th year, I think, or 14th year in the NFL. And when I was in Indianapolis, Peyton, he cut the punter. He cut me if he would. I mean, that is the say that he had, and everybody's there. Are you having conversations with Bean about roster or anything like that, or do you stay out of it?
Yeah, I'm definitely having conversations. I don't know if he takes my input all that much seriously, but I feel like at least him coming and asking me about somebody, it makes me feel good. But back to Shorter, I think, having him learn from Gabe and Steph and some of the guys in the room, I think it's going to be really beneficial for him as time goes on.
Yeah, but something was there. You know what I mean? I'm excited to hear what we learn about this. There's going to be something that's going to come out the other side there. Ty has a question for you, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, everyone knows how explosive you guys' offense already was. And then, you get Dalton Kincaid in the first round, who I think a lot of people thought, oh, this guy might go top 15. He kind of slides down to you guys, and everyone's thinking, like, oh, this is bullshit. The Bills are just getting another guy who's going to be unbelievable. How's his progression been? What's your kind of rapport with him been like? And are you potentially prepared to throw for like 7,500 yards this year?
That'd be great. I'd love to throw for 7,500 yards. So I'll go out and say that right away. The kid is very smart. He doesn't play like a rookie. He's instinctive. He understands our offense very well. His body control is fantastic. His catch rate, you can go on and on about the kid. He is a rookie, so there's probably going to be some growing pains at some point throughout the season. But we're not going to be afraid to play him right away. I think him and Dawson on the field together, I think that's going to cause some headaches for some guys and defensive coordinators, just because they both can run block good enough, right? Where if you put sub on the field, now our run game is going to have the opportunities, and if you put and if you go base, our pass game is going to have some good opportunities too. So, and then just getting those guys matched up with some linebackers and safeties, it's going to be fun to see how we utilize both of our guys.
Are you guys making reads off what the defense is like? And obviously, everybody that would play against you would know this. So there's some offenses that are very difficult to get in there. I guess the Patriots offense was obviously we're looking at things. We all have to see the same picture, and then we're going. Peyton's offense, same exact thing. We all got to see it. We're not talking to each other. It just has to be kind of understood. Whenever you say there's going to be some rookie things with Dalton, it's not like you forget to play or something like that. It's just potentially wouldn't make the same thing that you would make, and it would just have to get through that. Well, can you elaborate a little bit about a rookie mistake potentially in that as a weapon for someone?
Yeah, I just think the NFL, it's going to be a little bit faster. Things are going to happen a little bit quicker in terms of reading defenses and understanding leverage and things like that. So I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but as long as we continue to communicate and navigate those problems, the better that we're going to be. And I think, we're going to grow as the season goes on. And there's going to be a couple times where we might get tricked early in the season, but later in the season, we're going to have seen that look already, and he's going to be able to see more defenses and understand what's going on and make a quicker read.
Dude, I love the football intelligence conversations.
Yeah.
I think NFL Films does a pretty good job of showcasing, and I think they're even scared to nobody will understand this. But we always hear rookies are going to struggle a little bit, but you don't know why. There's so much happening on an NFL fucking field. I don't even know. You big film guy, I assume you would have to be. Everybody that's a quarterback in the NFL would have to be. Is that just your life during the season?
I mean, there's quite a bit of film, but I don't like to overindulge on film because I think that teams play us and our offense so differently than they do for most offenses. So I'd way rather understand who they are as a team, understand what they do regularly, and then go out there and react to what I see. Instead of seeing, the stars pressed over here, they're bringing two to that side, and all of a sudden I'm locked in knowing that they're going to do that, and they bring it from the other side. I'd way rather stick to our base rules, understand what we do best, and then just go out there and be reactionary and figure it out on the go.
Love everything about it. Tone has a question for you, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Week 1, 9/11, against a division opponent. I don't know if there's a ton of motivation there. Are you going to use that Aaron Rodgers is the biggest sandbagger in the golf world as extra motivation on that Monday night?
Got that PGA hoodie on.
Yeah, I think so. We've talked a little bit about it. I said, you can have all the golf stuff. I'm going to try to take care of the football stuff. I love Aaron. We go back and forth sometimes, man, and he's been awesome to me. It'll be fun playing against him twice a year now, and not sure how long he's going to continue to play. I know he said a few more years, but it might be 5, it might be 10. Who knows? I think that he still can throw the piss out of the ball, and I got a lot of respect for him. He's a guy that I grew up watching and idolizing and wanted to emulate when I was on the football field. So it's still super cool to know that I'm in that position, playing against him and having that relationship that I have with him. It's pretty surreal.
Brother's 18 years in, motherfucking people at training camp practice. That was on Hard Knocks last night. That's what because Cobb.
I did see that clip on Twitter.
Yeah. Because Cobb last week.
X.
That's tough for all of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's tough for all of us, especially you. It's been in you've been in training camp for most of X's existence.
Yeah.
But like a couple weeks ago, there was a clip from Cobb where he was calling up the wide receivers. He's like, "Hey, we got to stop fucking up. Okay, everything's kumbaya right now with the hippie quarterback, but he's going to lose his shit."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Aaron gives a press conference interview afterwards. He's like, "I'm kind of different now. I'm a little bit older guy. I understand. I don't want to do that." Then last night he's like, "All right, fuck it. We're doing this. You're doing that. You're going to do that. I love it." Are you vocal? How are you? How are you in practices? How are you with the say of the offense? What's getting called? All that type of stuff. A lot of ownership from you, I would assume.
Yeah, and I think as I get into the later parts of my career, as we're going in, I'm in year 6 now. I know the offense like the back of my hand. So when I speak, I feel like guys listen because I feel like I know what's going on. So I don't tend to speak too often. I try to play more with my actions and lead that way. But as I get older, again, I think the more that I can talk and make sure that guys understand what's going on and try to get on the same page with guys, I think that's going to help our team.
What have you been doing all training camp? Just telling the defense that they a bunch of sorry ass bitches? Mm-hmm. Heard you guys just been fighting the whole time, right? That's the narrative. That's the narrative outside. It's been a very tense camp. That real?
It's been awesome.
Oh, you've loved it. You've been a part of it. You've been in there doing this number here. You're part of this number here.
I'm in there a little bit.
Red jersey, jersey in there. I bet you that's an awesome conversation with whoever is on. I'm all out of fucking hit you. What do we even? That's awesome. That's incredibly.
No, it's been a fun camp, and I think that the energy that we've had, and again, both sides want it. And there's some days that we kick the defense's ass. There's some days that they kicked our ass, and I think there's been some stalemate days. So it's been fun. We've been going back and forth, and we got some really special players and special teammates on the other side of the ball, and we love those guys. And the more that we can do to push each other, the better we're going to be.
This is what it's all about right here.
Hell yeah.
See that?
Boom.
See that thing right there? That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. There's one right there.
Yeah.
Fucking buffaloes everywhere.
Might be the same one, actually.
Look at that. Is that our buffalo?
Hold on.
Oh, there it is. Close.
We got another.
I think
brothers, maybe.
Yeah, we got buffalo up here, too.
Brothers.
We got a buffalo up here.
Hanging up here.
There's 3 buffaloes.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, we got a lot of buffaloes, and there's one up there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most buffaloes that have ever been on a sports show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the history. I would like to break that record. I'm happy that we have it. Josh, have an incredible day. Good luck this season. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
Hey, so 7,500 yards? 7,500 yards, you think? That's what we're going for this year?
You say it, it'll happen. Let's go.
All right. And we'll donate a bunch of money if it happens. Hey, did you hear about Bean sandbagging us, by the way? Shot a fucking 78 at, what was that place?
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill. Shot a 78 in the middle of training camp at Oak Hill.
Yeah, he can play. Have you seen his calves?
I have not seen the calves. They're good.
Great calves.
Okay.
That means he's a good golfer. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Allen, thank you, buddy. Josh has great calves as well, I assume.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see him in that entire conversation, but that's a beautiful looking creature.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous
It is.
buffalo.
Man, we need to protect them.
Well,
No. We'll just chop their heads off and put them on the wall like that one.
no, that's a fake. That's not a real one. That one's never actually alive. We would never do that to the buffalo. Buffalo have a great part of American history.
Yep.
Sure.
Massive part of American history is that fucking thing right there.
What's the difference between that and a bison? Because I don't know. That's an honest question.
Might be a male-female thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
Be a water thing. Aren't buffaloes big in water? I don't
Water
know if bison
buffaloes
are.
are.
Water
for
buffalo.
sure.
Oh, okay. Those are different.
Hey, you were in the right.
I knew there was something with buffaloes and water. I just forgot that.
Water
there was
ones
So
one.
you're
really
telling
have
me, so how do you tell the difference between buffalo and bison? Bison have large humps at their shoulders and bigger heads
Okay.
than buffalo.
Oh.
They also have beards
Okay.
as well as thick coats, which they shed in the spring and early summer. Another simple way to tell a buffalo from a bison, look at the fucking horns.
Okay.
Bison kind of big dogging.
So,
But
how do we know which
These
one?
are buffalo.
That might be
I think
bison.
both are
That
buffalo.
might be a bison. Actually, we've been calling this Cuzzy the Buffalo the whole time. It might be Cuzzy the Bison.
But the horns look just like that buffalo.
Yeah, but is
do
that
we
a
know-
bison?
that could be a bison.
Oh.
Is there a photograph of the two or just words?
It's gone.
Yeah, it'd be a nice side by side.
Well, I know Buffalo is also a city in Western New York.
It is.
We
Right.
love
Yeah, absolutely.
Bison's a city in Wyoming.
Bison, Wyoming.
Yep.
That was just a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just guessing.
Where are the planes at? Yeah, I'm sure they got a bison out there somewhere.
be.
Somebody had to name a city after this thing.
Are bills like a flock of buffalo then?
So that's
a
a
water
bison. So we got a.
No, that's a water
That's
buffalo.
not.
Yeah, that's not-
That's
Yeah,
not a
they're
milk-
actually called bison. We just call them buffalo because we've been doing it for a long time and it sounds cooler. So we just stuck with it.
Those
Oh, so it's like whenever
bison too, then.
they called the Native Americans Indians.
Yes.
Because they thought they landed in India.
Yeah.
And they're like, yep, fucking sticking with it. I think that is
Yeah,
how it,
that's exactly
Yeah.
what
I think that is how it went. That same thing with the bison. So
Pretty much, yeah.
This has been a bison the whole time. This also bison.
What a wild world we live in.
Wow. Okay, good for us.
So Buffalo's incorrect.
Yeah, they
Their team
are.
name.
Well, where do
definitely-
bills come
It
from?
makes sense though because buffaloes look like they suck.
Sorry ass.
Yeah,
They're not the
wearing-
Nobody's scared of one of
wearing a
these.
fucking
They're not
George
the Buffalo
Washington
Buffalo,
toupee.
though.
Fucking two-part ass.
They're the Buffalo Bills. They're not the Buffalo Buffalo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are
but
bills.
they got a buffalo on the top.
Right.
They got a bison. So
I always
Buffalo
I-
Bison is actually a pretty good name too.
oh my God, that's tasty.
Yeah.
What are bills then? Just a bunch of bison?
It's a guy who wears khakis and polo.
How does Bill
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
we actually have one.
link to bison?
Yeah, Buffalo Bills. So are bills just a bunch of bison? Is that like a flock?
So if you look out there, it's like, wow, look at that group of bills out there. Is that what they used to say whenever bison were running in herds?
Makes sense.
Oh, a bill is a law presented to Parliament for discussion.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. A lot of those get passed.
Yep.
Buffalo
Some
laws.
of them don't and stuff like that.
Right.
In 1901, there was a
Oh,
currency.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There was a currency. I sent it in. There's a picture of it. The 1901 Buffalo Bison Bill. It's a $10 bill with a bison on it.
So they're money.
Yeah.
So it's the
Okay.
buffalo
Bill.
money.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh.
it's a weird name for a team that's using public funding to build their stadium.
They need to
but
bring-
No, that makes
They need to bring
complete sense.
that back.
I was gonna say I love that bill.
pretty
Could you
cool.
imagine putting one of those in a wallet?
Oh,
my God.
God.
Getting change. All right,
Big buffalo.
here's $15 back. There's $5. Here's a Buffalo 10.
Yep.
Whoa.
That's what it costs you a Buffalo Bill.
It's worth 20.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, my
There we
God.
go.
Yep.
So
Buffalo Bill.
You got Benjamins. You got Franklins. You got one in Buffaloes.
What?
All right, so Buffalo Bill, I assume those are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like a $2 bill.
If you find, I think those are
pretty common.
Those are
I
common
think.
in
This is way
horse
cooler.
racing. Is that where it is?
I don't know.
Northeast
$2
they are
bets
not.
is, yeah.
Just an old will come over to you.
Yeah.
And they will.
Happy birthday. Here's a $2 bill.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Pretty cool.
Do they take
You
these?
old.
So do you think in the future money's used at all? No, right?
I mean, already with Apple Pay, it feels like it's being kind of wiped away.
Physical.
Apple Pay is fantastic.
Money's
It's the
always gonna be
best.
used, I think.
Strip clubs.
I don't want to
Money's
sidetrack
always gonna be
you
used.
guys too far, but the team was named after Buffalo Bill, the Western frontiersman.
Oh hell yeah.
Buffalo Bill, like
Buffalo
the cereal
Bill
killer?
Not $10?
Not the guy that put it in the hole and put the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Buffalo
that's the guy
Bill.
down the bottom
He
of the well.
came after.
Right.
Buffalo Bill came after that. All right, we'll go Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Not the,
The money,
Not that guy.
not the creepy.
Yeah, not that guy.
not the killer.
Not the money either. The
We actually
what was Buffalo Bill?
back
He was a Western frontiersman. He wrote for the Pony Express.
Yep. William Cody, Buffalo Bill Cody.
Pony Express.
He was on back of one of these.
I think so.
Back of a buffalo?
Bison? No.
Bison.
Horse.
Backroom Bill also tells people to put the lotion on the skin when they're deep down in the hole.
Yeah, so you got the Buffalo Bills that are money, currency, and a Western frontiersman.
Yep.
Then you got the Buffalo Bills that are actual money.
That guy's awesome.
And then you got the backroom Bill
Right.
Yeah.
that is Bill McComas.
Exactly.
Kind of combination of the three.
That guy's fucking sick. How come that is not the logo?
He should be the mascot.
That should be, you
Logo
know,
outfit.
you know how they're talking about the big buffaloes in front of the new stadium?
Yep.
This guy needs to be 45 feet tall.
Yes.
In front of
Or
that
he
thing.
should
Statue of
take
Liberty.
that saddle and put it on one of those 400-foot tall buffaloes and ride it.
They should have Buffalo Bill riding a bison
Yeah.
in front of the new Buffalo Bill.
Like a 60-foot bison and he's 45 feet.
Put Buffalo Bill right on top of this one.
Hell
Yeah.
Middle one.
Right here.
Yep.
Look how big that son of a bitch is.
That's a big fucking Bison.
We have so
And
many
he can be shooting somebody.
good ideas.
Yeah, just a never-ending supply.
Yeah.
I don't know how we do it. Every day, just a new. This morning, our best idea. Oh, we're gonna do a hole-in-one challenge. For 45 minutes, right outside the back.
Good time.
Streaming live. Had a blast.
Yeah. Very fun.
If you missed it, know that nothing happened.
No, yeah, right.
Close though.
It's a hole-in-one challenge. No hole-in-ones happened, but there were some people dancing. I had a couple good shots. I felt good about. Oh, a little club twirl. The guy liked it. Oh, rolled right by. Yeah.
What's that octopus?
Yeah, though the octopus is the GoPro at the end of there. Ty Schmidt actually commentating the entire. Pac-Man had a couple good balls. We're each hitting 10 apiece at a time, and I'd say it ended with like probably 9 balls on the green. Probably.
Yeah, maybe
8.
They were rolling.
Well, yeah, but we count those as on because Russ Green needs to put a little bit more sand. But Ty almost put that in there on his 6th ball. That was a beauty. That was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, after watching so many good golf shots, you kind of know, okay, I need to kind of use this in my swing or kind of, take it off a little bit. So, I mean, you guys kind of put the game plan out there, and I just tried to go out and execute.
There were some bad golf shots too.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Gumpy had a helmet on out there.
Good backspin.
Would have taken it.
Yep.
Would have accepted it.
For sure.
The one you hit hopped just over the hole. That was so fucking close.
It's a good ball.
Could you imagine one of these
One
fall?
of them going.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Come on.
Get left.
Yeah, I feel like I had pretty good golf. Dirty did all right.
Yeah.
He's living around it.
Yeah, he hit one that spun. Yeah, that was the one.
Boom.
That was the one. I thought that
Good
was
golf
early.
shot.
That's my first time seeing it. Dirty, that was a great golf shot.
Great shot.
He had 2 of those. He had another one on the right side that kind of stuck and stayed. Came back.
Yeah, I mean, we threw a couple darts out there.
It's a long morning. Nobody hit anything. Nobody won anything. No money for charity.
It was fun though, and the wind kind of
Yeah, the wind was a little high.
The left to right wind did not help us.
All right, let's move on to not our ideas, other people's ideas. That would be NFL general managers on who's going to make their team, who's not going to make their team. Cut Day didn't really have that many surprises, to be honest with you. No big name that you go, really? Or, wow, he's going to get picked up quick, or he's a cap casualty. Didn't feel like it was that this type of year. The big news was the PUP designations, where there was superstars all over the league that'll be missing the first 4 games this season. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, he is on PUP because they were not able to trade him. We will dive into that in moments because there's somebody out of Miami saying they made a wild request. They were a wild request.
Whoa.
Kyler Murray also on the PUP. We don't know when he's going to come back. If you listen to Michael Lombardi, he's saying they're not going to play him at all because if he plays and gets hurt, that's another $56 million they will guarantee him. They're moved on, is what Michael Lombardi said. Not saying he's right, not saying he knows. He's just looking at the contract saying they are done with Kyler Murray. Don't even question when he's coming back. They won't play him. That's what Lombo said yesterday. It was a surprise to all of us. Von Miller, we thought he'd be back in time for week 1. He's not going to be back until at least week 5. Austin Corbett, big news. La'el Collins, Eric Stokes, Caleb Farley, Jalen Guyton, Nick Needham, Baron Brown. I don't know who a lot of these people are here down to bottom, but Aaron Robinson and Dwayne Smoot. That's a great way to spell Dwayne. I hope that continues to be the thing. We hope all these guys get healthy and get back. Let's talk about Jonathan Taylor, though, being on the PUP designation. He was on there before. They thought they'd get a trade done. If they get a trade done, probably a deal done. Then he's cleared. He's back playing for another team. Whenever they said, hey, Jonathan Taylor, you go find a trade partner, we will potentially go ahead and execute the trade at this stage, even though at one point they said, we ain't trading them ever, brother. No. Not now, not October, not never. You're not running this thing. We are running this thing. So whenever they go and say, hey, you can go find a trade partner, all the reporters, all of them, Shefty from ESPN, his crew, Rappaport from NFL Network, his crew. There's going to be a lot of interest in Jonathan Taylor. A lot of teams are going to be interested in Jonathan Taylor. Everybody's going to be interested. So I think a lot of us Colts fans said, okay, cool, this is going to get handled quickly. This situation, he will get traded for. Bang, he's out of there. We'll get something in return, whether it's picks, whether it's a player, of course, whatever it is, how a trade works. We thought as Colts fans, we get our best player out of the building who doesn't want to be there. Although it would be better if he was all in and playing for the Colts. We'd like it, and we're going to get something back in return. And then the Anthony Richardson era is off and running. So now we're hearing that no deal was able to be made. And another team that was in there allegedly other than Dolphins is Green Bay Packers. So Green Bay, who already has A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, were allegedly the mystery team that was in the conversation with the Colts to trade for Jonathan Taylor. Would have been fascinating if we get one of those running backs back, probably. I would assume that's going to be...
I would think A.J. Dillon would be who they were trying to get rid of.
But Colts probably asking for
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. So then whenever it comes out from a Miami Dolphins reporter that from my sources, and I can confirm the Dolphins person as reportedly by ND Media, the Colts made wild requests from Miami, including Waddle and more. So in a trade conversation, they made a wild request asking for their number 2 wide receiver when we're giving up our best player in this trade who's not happy to be there. They're trying to frame it as if the Colts would not accept any trade offer that was coming. They made these requests that were impossible to fulfill. It's like, I don't think that's a wild request at all by the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I obviously got killed by some people who are Dolphins fans because they're saying, we're never going to give up Waddle. We're never going to give up Waddle. It's like, well, if you're the Indianapolis Colts, you're giving up Jonathan Taylor, who was in the MVP conversation a couple years ago. A request should certainly be at least the number 2 wide receiver for the other team, especially if you don't have any wide receivers on the. There's just a request. Hey, Pat, how much do you want a year for your show? $250 million. That's my request. Okay, now let's go ahead and get in there. A wild request would have been Tyreek Hill. We want Vic Fangio, too, off the defensive staff. Like, I think that wasn't a wild request at all to ask for the number 2 wide receiver back, especially if they're not going to give up as many picks as potentially was desired. That's a good trade conversation. So although they're kind of, all these reporters who reported there's going to be a lot of interest for Jonathan Taylor are going to try to frame this as like the Colts made it impossible to trade. I don't think that is necessarily evidence of that. It might be the case, though. It might come out that the Colts were looking for 2 number 1s and they were looking for something else, which no team would give up. But saying that was a wild request here by Barry Jackson, who has been in the game a long time, I don't really think that's that wild of a Waddle. And then if the Dolphins go, no, it's like, all right, let's go. Let's
go talk to the Packers.
Yeah, but saying it's a wild request, I think that was just weird, but I think they're all trying to frame it so they're right in the end. And that there was a bunch of interest and the coach just didn't want to make it happen, but we shall see how it turns out.
It was no interest. If it was interest, they would have made it happen. Like, no one is going to give up their MVP candidate and not get something in return, whether it's a first round or second round, number 2 receiver, number 1 tight end. Like, you got to get something in return. Like, obviously, it was not enough interest. Interest.
Yeah, interest. Yeah. It's a weird word, though.
It's
spelled weird. Yep. It's an interesting thing. It's also used in that particular fashion as well, which is wild. But yeah, I assumed with how everybody was reporting about the interest that there would be some deal that would come. And when Florio presented the idea that the Colts would just move on, going to want to take best offer pretty much, I all right, maybe want to get him out of here. But now that it's at $4 million seemingly, he's on the PUP. They got 4 more weeks to kind of deal with this whenever the regular season starts.
So that's cut in half.
Maybe they're able to find a trade partner. But this feels like if they're not able to trade him, and he's on the PUP, that's 4 weeks.
Yep.
His number's probably going to be yet again, if he stays here and plays, if after the 4 weeks he's back, probably going to be similar to what they were last year, which are not great. So he potentially is fucked here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I don't, there's a lot of time that this could happen, and somebody could injure a running back, and there might be a San Francisco 49ers out there that say, you know what, give us Christian McCaffrey off the Carolina Panthers, and they make a big-time play, and maybe Jonathan Taylor will be viewed in that way by a team if somebody gets hurt earlier in the running back move. But this doesn't feel like this is going to end good for Jonathan Taylor at this stage of the game, although I thought just yesterday a deal was going to get done by 4 p.m.
It didn't really make sense to me at first when I saw that the Packers were like the mystery team, but as I've been sitting here and kind of thinking of it more, like I think I think that does have some legs, and they might trade for him before the trade deadline. Like, you just think about it, like Aaron Jones, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Like, this is probably his last year with the Packers. A.J. Dillon is on the last year of his rookie deal, so they have if Rodgers plays 60% of the snaps, they have another first-round pick. Yeah, he's beloved in Wisconsin. He went there. Like, he's still young. Like, I really could see the Packers after he gets off PUP, or maybe, who knows, maybe now that the Dolphins thing seems like bullshit, they kind of iron it out a little bit more. Like, this morning I was like, well, that makes absolutely no sense, but just sitting here for the last, couple hours and thinking about it, I could really see the Packers doing this.
A.J. Dillon is king of Wisconsin. Ain't he the actual mayor over there? You guys got to trade him out of town? Jeez, the Packers continue to send these people out of there. It would be A.J. Dillon. You would think that they would think about trading out of there.
Yeah, you would think.
But is Chris Ballard so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, is they could potentially get, okay, well, then they can give a first-round pick.
If they don't...
it might be the Jets' first-round pick if Rodgers plays 60% of the snaps. That's at the tail end of the first round. But
at some point, Chris Ballard will be on this program. Okay, Chris Ballard will be on this program.
Oh, yeah.
And he won't give us an answer with that Southern accent about what all the actual offers were. We'll have to read his body language. But I assume there will be information that'll get out there that'll be like, the best offer we got was a 4th rounder and something else, or a 3rd rounder and something else. If the Colts aren't trying to just no.
Right.
Not actually negotiating in good faith is how this is described, by the way. They're not negotiating in good faith. They are not trying to get a deal done. They are making wild requests for their second wide receiver whenever we're giving up a guy that everybody in the league, right? Everybody, all the national audience is like, why are you letting the best player off your team? And then now all of a sudden it's a wild request to say, hey, if you're not going to give us a 1, it needs something here, so we'll take your second wide receiver. I just don't I don't think we're getting a clear picture on what's actually happening behind the scenes from anybody, although it feels like all the reporters and insiders are literally all on the same page, but now it's kind of just not the case at all. I'll be excited to hear if we ever learn exactly how this whole thing went down behind closed doors.
Yeah, it feels like there's no way we will. Hopefully we do, but I don't see how it can, get to that point where they're telling that story. But do you see anybody paying him still? Like I understand he could get traded, and maybe it is a team like the Packers or one of those teams that starts slow. Like when the Niners got McCaffrey, it wasn't where they were the 13-4 Niners yet. They were still kind of figuring out because Trey Lance and Jimmy G and then Purdy after. So I feel like it could be a Packers team, a Dolphins team, or even one of the better teams like the Bills or the Eagles, who are like, we could get a little better at running back, and then we will be a legitimate Super Bowl favorite.
Is he healthy?
Ty.
Yeah,
as the owner of the Packers, you're sitting here telling me that you're willing to trade your running back and a number 1 that you got from Aaron Rodgers?
No, not necessarily. I'm just saying,
they're not going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, right. That's
one of them is right. You assume they negotiate a deal with somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably the mayor of Wisconsin, A.J. Dillon, because he'll be cheaper.
Maybe, but I don't know, because I don't want to say that he's been but he has not been as good. I think as. It's not like after this season they're just no matter what going to re-sign him. I guess that's the way to put it.
Well, with Trey Lance, hopefully, maybe he'll get a little bit more of a running operation or opportunity. But I agree with that. With those two-headed monster seemingly in the backfield, you would think that you'd be able to just win games with them because how good Aaron Jones is. Aaron Jones is great.
He's unbelievable.
He's a phenomenal football player.
Yeah.
Already been paid too, so you could probably re-sign him more than Dillon, right? Because Dillon hasn't been paid yet.
So like Chris Ballard, I would assume the deal is going to be easier to get done with Aaron Jones at the running back position than like Dalvin Cook, for instance.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, the deal he took, $8 million. All right, deal. Give me the fight. We're cool. Yeah, they did a Zoom call.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go take $8 million to play football for the New York Jets and hopefully win a Super Bowl. I appreciate Dalvin Cook pretty much saying that. But I didn't like they're framing it. The way it's being framed is fascinating because I think everybody wanted to see Jonathan Taylor get traded. I think everybody expected Jonathan Taylor to get traded, but I think all those people didn't really look into like last year for Jonathan Taylor. They were living off of 2 years ago for Jonathan Taylor. You're looking at a guy who's been missing practice allegedly and was out of the building because of an ankle injury still. So this guy's still hurt, missed games last year, and had a bad year. The whole team had a bad year last year. It's like, I didn't understand whenever Rappaport was like, there's going to be a lot of interest. And Schefter was like, getting emotional about how much interest there's going to be. I'm like, okay, well, I guess if you can find a great player, you're going to do anything to get a great player. I think we're misled a little bit. But I hope Jonathan Taylor ends up getting a deal done with Jim Irsay. That's what I hope happens.
I think that's why it's hard from like people outside looking at it because I think they think Jim's pulling all the strings. I think the outside world thinks that Ballard's not even involved in it at all, and that's why they.
So you think Jim Irsay, brother, need to what? What's that? I saw it. What was that clip? The guy did this.
He's probably asking Miami for a new fucking whale.
Okay, you killed Takate, so right that Nita
already in debt.
What do you say?
A little bit more.
I was going to ask for Agent Zero, but Joe Takate got to bump up the depth chart a little bit. We got no real weapons on our team, so this just who knows how this pans out. Who knows what's real and what isn't at this stage.
Yeah. A little bit of irony in that. Wasn't Irsay in the draft room prodding Ballard like, hey, Ballard, isn't that the running back you like?
Traded up to get Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, that was where we were.
It was worth it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guy crushed it.
Yeah.
But the story of draft night is that Jim Irsay looked at Ballard and we were like 15 picks away or something like that, or 10 picks away. I forget the exact. And he goes, don't you really like that running back from Wisconsin? And Jim Irsay had seen him Big Ten championship in his stadium.
Right.
Don't you really like that guy? And Chris is like, yeah, if he's there, we fucking love him. Jim's like, don't we really want that guy on our team? And Chris is like, yeah, we're going to take him. And then Chris is like, all right, we'll trade up to fucking get this guy. And then to get him, and it's like, thank God we got our guy. And as soon as Jonathan Taylor comes in the building, big smile, happy to be here, excited to be here, love Indianapolis, love the team, love being here. The team has not been great since he's been on the team, but he has been something that I think people say, you know what, that's one of the pillars, though. We got that position. If we got a guy here, we got a good guy here, we got a good face of the program here, we got incredible talent. This is going to be one of the pillars. Okay, who else? DeForest Buckner. Okay, we got DeForest Buckner. He's going to be one of the pillars. Good guy, hardworking guy, defensive lineman, too. That's good. Shaq Leonard. All right, here we go. We Quentin Nelson on the offensive line, Ryan Kelly. We got, like, the pillars here at pretty much all phases. Now we just need to figure out how we get the culture back to a winning one. And then all of a sudden, 2 months before fucking training camp, it's like the one ruining the culture is one of the guys that we kind of banked on. And I would assume that he thought this was going to be a relatively easy thing. I assume his agent thought this was going to be an easy transaction to happen. And the NFL just kind of looked around and said, nah, we ain't giving you that.
No chance.
Give you a 6th-rounder.
Yeah.
How about this? Agent Zero, Barrios, 5th-rounder, Jonathan Taylor.
Done deal?
Deal?
Let's do it.
Jim's brother, I got fucking punter. I got a I don't like it. I don't like what has happened. I don't like it at all. And it's, if they're just going to keep him on pup and just keep him away from everybody, it's like we're staring down an even bigger dramatic whole situation. So we're trying to just kicking a can down the road. Hopefully they're able to figure it out behind closed doors. Speaking of figuring out things behind closed doors, every time Zach Taylor gives a fucking answer, we're going to try to read his body language.
Whoa.
Now, we're going to have to stop saying fuck at some point. We're getting very close.
We are.
To whenever we're going on to ESPN. And I'm the one that said, we'll stop saying fuck whenever we get on there so we don't offend all your people, although every other word is going to need to be in there. And that was actually negotiated, which is a hilarious thing that I don't know if it's ever been in a contract ever. But when Zach Taylor is speaking about Joe Burrow, who's my quarterback for my fantasy football team, in the past I had thought maybe he's just keeping it kind of sly.
Sure.
You know, he's kind of laughing. He's giving like Bill Belichick-like answers. You know, he's saying, he's progressing. And they're like, yeah, but how's Joe for week one? He's progressing with a smile. It's like he's kind of treating this not that serious, kind of having fun with it all. He knows Joe Burrow's good. And then we heard this answer from Zach Taylor, and I'm really starting to wonder, what's the deal? What are we doing? Why can't you tell us Joey Burrow's healthy or when he's going to be back? Here's head coach Zach Taylor, friend of the program, talking about superstar quarterback Joey Burrow and his calf injury.
I know you said you'll see about whether Burrow practices or not, but given all the time since he had the injury in July, where is he at from a health perspective as we get ready for that season opener in week one?
Health other than the calf, you mean?
Well, just how is he? How is he from a health perspective as he gets as y'all get ready for week one?
I think he has a very healthy body, and I'm encouraged by that.
Just following up one more on Joe Burrow, is there any connection to his practice availability to what's going on with his contract situation?
No.
Yeah, so it's just weird at this stage.
Very.
You know what? Like Gannon said he's not. I'm not saying if it's Dobbs.
That's what this is.
I'm not saying if it's Dobbs or Tooney who's going to be the quarterback for us for competitive advantage. It's like, okay, Dobbs and Tooney, no offense. I think an NFL defense coordinator, Jack Del Rio for the Commanders, should be able to figure that out at first series. Okay, what Dobbs got, what Tooney got. And I understand they got to prepare for more stuff, so you're in their head. But also, first game of the season, they got fucking 3 weeks to kind of do all this whole thing. Interesting. Is it a competitive advantage thing? Are you trying not to tell people?
Yes, it is. If you don't know exactly and you have to prepare for 2 people and you don't have to prepare for solely on one person, it's a big advantage.
I think everybody's thinking Joe Burrow's playing, though, because we saw that video of him wearing that catapult where he was jogging across the field, and then he was throwing. That was like, what, a week and a half ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And he looked pretty okay. Like, and it's, I just don't at what point will we find out if Joey Burrow's going to be healthy? Because obviously fantasy football, but like the entire NFL.
Yes.
The entire NFL is a little bit different if Joey Burrow has an actual calf thing going on.
Yeah, it would be terrible if you lose Burrow for an entire year for a Bengals fan, of
it's not
course.
gonna be an entire year.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it feels. I honestly,
got
I got the feeling that he like tore his Achilles watching that video. I actually did.
Well, he definitely didn't do that. We saw him running on the field.
That's, I mean, can you run with a torn Achilles if you're just shot up with a bunch of, Toradol? Who knows?
No, actually, like you physically cannot. That's the whole thing about the Achilles. That's why way, I guess we had the immature amateur eye whenever we saw his injury, and we all go, "Ooh, that looks like an Achilles."
Oh.
And then everybody came out like Achilles, your foot just
dangles.
Yeah, you can't do it because this thing right here. Remember, they held what's his face by these. Remember, it was
Achilles.
His, his Achilles heel.
That's right.
It was his Achilles heel. Yeah. But this thing kind of keeps your foot, as a thing.
Sure.
Yeah. And then when he busted, it's down. So you actually cannot.
Just floppy.
In the video that we watched, where he jogged across the field and then he threw, can't do it.
Okay.
If it wasn't Achilles.
Okay.
Which makes you think it's just a calf. And if you say just a calf, like I guess it's just a muscle, and muscles all heal. But they've been weird about this. I don't necessarily love it. You're a Steelers fan, so you're always going to come from that angle. But this has been interestingly handled here by Coach Zach Taylor.
Yeah, it has. And it kind of feels like a college coach because it's going on a lot with college quarterbacks, right? Like, it doesn't feel like an NFL situation because they're going to have to put out the injury designation the week of, right? Like Monday, Tuesday, like the injury report, the practice report comes out. It feels weird. And I hope it's not this competitive advantage bullshit because there's no one behind Burrow, so I don't understand it all, to be honest with you.
Let's go to college because they're out of the state of Ohio, and we hope Joey Burrow's healthy. I hope Joey Burrow's healthy.
He's back, Joe.
Need you back, Joe. Hope you're okay, Joe. He looks so cool at everything he does.
Everything.
Need him in the NFL.
Yeah, he's at the messy game.
He was at the Methy game.
He was
walking clearly,
loving it.
How was he limping at all? Not at all.
It didn't look like
He
it.
did leave early to get a new Achilles, though, right?
Oh, he did leave early.
Now he went to watch film, probably for week 1.
That's right.
But Zach Taylor needs to just tell us.
Yeah.
And this is very selfish of us to just be like, "Hey, Zach, enough.
Cut the bull.
No more bull.
Okay, we worry about it. The Bengals fans worry about it, but Zach Taylor doesn't care.
Maybe it is the second.
He gonna make it
maybe
wait
it is the
another
second
week.
question. Maybe it's a hold-in.
Yeah, maybe it's contract. That lady, great question.
Maybe
No
Zach-
follow-up.
maybe Zach
Hey,
lied.
just real quick, haven't really asked this because Joey Burrow, Ohio guy, face of the program, he's in the middle of a contract negotiation right now. He's not practicing, playing, doing anything. That's a great question.
That's definitely
Absolutely.
Definitely not it. He's an Ohio guy, football guy.
Definitely not it.
He wouldn't let that get in the way.
Nah, he's Ohio.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're stopping. Good call. Way to go.
Bosa's
Way to be an adult.
Bosa's an Ohio fuck, too.
Yeah, but he's not
that's a
on an
little
Ohio
different,
team. The Bosas are a little different, I guess. There was a report that from somebody in San Francisco, and I don't know if these are reports or guesses. You know what I mean? And that's the world where we're in right now.
Yeah.
The world that we're in right now is a lot of guessing, but then if it comes true, it was a report. Look at me. Sure. But if it's wrong, at the time, this is the information that I had. It's a fascinating time for coverage of anything with the way X and everybody has some sort of sources or something. They're hearing something, and we're all hearing the same shit. But I think that news with Bosa is supposed to be finished up in the next few days, what I read on here.
That's what they say.
Jason Dumbass says, source, Nick Bosa. That is 100% my fault. I assume he's heard that his entire life. That was low-hanging fruit.
Nice.
I did not mean that. That's just like Zachariah Kuntz or
Zach Kuntz.
Harold Kuntz.
Harold Kuntz. Kuntz.
Yeah, Kuntz.
Spelled Kuntz.
Yeah.
That thing got popped up in my face on this show, and I'm just trying to naturally read. Bang. Rude. He didn't deserve that.
Nope.
It was good reporting. Just like Dumas here. He did not deserve what I just did. So I apologize, Dumas, in your report. But source, Nick Bosa will be with the team and available to play week 1 in Pittsburgh. The two sides plan to get a deal done within the next few days. Like, that's kind of what's been talked about by everybody.
Yeah.
So is this a report or is it a hypothesis?
Yeah.
Is it a guess? Is it the next few days? Does that mean 4 or 5 days or does it mean like 3 days? Because everybody's kind of been in that ballpark when they're talking about Bosa's deal with the Niners.
Yeah, it feels like it is one of those situations, right? Was it Shanahan right away that was like, yeah, Nick Bosa hasn't done a training camp his entire career. So, yeah, he'll be here for week 1, and we will eventually get a deal done. And it's not as if do they have cap space? Because their biggest players on offense, Trent Williams, they're not paying a quarterback is the thought.
It'll probably be one of those situations where they'll pay him and the cap will go down.
Somehow they'll figure out to make a move, and the Niners will get more money out of signing him. But the Kansas City Chiefs up there, number 2, this has been a big move, right? Mm-hmm. Who'd they open up? How'd they go about getting here?
That was a big swing this morning.
Yeah,
I don't know what
read
it
from
was,
Mitt.
but-
Mitt told me that, And so that we don't know if that's real or not. Obviously, that might be just in Mitt's world. But Mitt did say, big move out of the Chiefs. I don't know how they got it, but they're up at 25-3. They got a Chris Jones thing. So the number 2 and the number 3 highest salary cap space teams currently have some real shit popping off behind the scenes with 2 of their best players in Chris Jones and in Bosa, respectively there. But also, Kansas City Chiefs were allegedly in on the Jonathan Taylor conversation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's money to be had, I guess, out there.
Well, and theirs is supposed to go up again, right? Because weren't they talking about how after Burrow's contract, they were going to rework Mahomes' because his cap hit is so massive that they need to just add a few years and give him more money up front. So that could even go up even further.
Yeah, because anytime somebody gets more money somehow, the salary cap gets bigger.
It's absurd.
It's awesome. It's a cool time. Great for players.
The running back, cool, but I think the number one priority for them would be Jones, right?
Yes, definitely. Have to get Jones.
He got to get paid.
He's asking for what, 30 a year? Is that what I heard?
Give it to him.
Definitely north of 25.
He's a hell of a player. I'm excited to see how Veach kind of operates with that whole thing. And also, he's getting fined every day he's not there, so that's probably going to get added into the equation, even though they said, can't do that, can't do that. Okay, we're going to counter with 50,000, 100,000, 150, 200,000, 250, 300,000, 350, 400,000. We need an extra 1.75 million on top of that thing. Can't do that. It's like, this is our new number. So this is what we're going to need. What's that?
The Chiefs number moved because Chris Jones did not report, so his cap number came out. Correct? Is that what I'm reading that correctly? Yeah.
That's what Bruce said back here.
That makes sense.
So basically, he didn't show up, so they can now have more money to actually just give right back to him.
Because he's not there, so they don't have to give that money.
So, yeah, basically, it's just like an accounting thing.
It's numbers, really.
Smart guys.
Thank you, Bruce.
Good job, Brucey.
Thank you, Bruce. Bruce hit a couple good golf shots earlier today.
Absolutely.
No, you're confusing him with Tone. Tone had a rough outing out there. He had that one, though, that almost won in, and then he said, you know what? He quit early, by the way. Everybody was hitting 10. Tone hit 6. Then he said, enough of this. I'm out of here. But he stuck around to hang out and have a good time. While having a good time before his next round, popped his in. You know, I have fun with boys. I'm going to do this whole thing. Head starts spinning. Almost saw Stefan Diggs vomit.
Look green.
Yeah, it turns out if you haven't golfed in 5 years, you stink. And then
turns out if you don't zin,
in 5 years.
Exactly. It was beautiful out. The fucking sun was out. There was a nice little breeze. We were golfing. I said, "Hey, Brucey, fucking give me a zinner, okay?" Yeah, we were spinning, baby. It was nice.
Did you yam it?
No.
You couldn't have golf though.
I'm an adult. No.
Adults vomit from I think the spins
all the time.
I think that happens on a regular basis. Yeah. People like they'll get twisted for the first time. They'll even add in like edibles. You know what I mean? So they'll eat edibles, they'll drink a little, and then they'll put in like a dip, and they're like, well, this ain't no problem. And then all of a sudden, I'm putting my foot down. Where I got to put my foot?
Get her shit down.
No, I had the good spins.
That was a one-way trip to Zimbabwe, my friend.
Nice.
Way to go. Way to go. About 1,000 back there, Catman. He's got a caterpillar cap on. Obviously, Ty Schmidt was offended by that.
Yeah, big time.
Nick started dialing it in a little bit. Never seen somebody dressed the way he was dressed today. That's the first time I've ever seen Nick in that particular costume. First time I've seen any human in that particular costume. But I thought that type of moxie and swag was going to carry into the tee box, and he was going to put one in. He started dialing in a little bit after talking his shit to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, beautiful ball flight. Beautiful ball flight. Distance control, you know, a little to be desired.
Wasn't his
there,
clubs.
But yeah, exactly. Not his clubs.
Not his sticks, not his wrenches. He said, what clubs do you use? I said, 58. So he took my 58, and then he was ice cold, hadn't swung in a while. He's hitting a 58 bad, 30, 40 yards short on 75.
Yeah, I forgot you were significantly stronger than me, so I was like,
no, but I think
club up here a little bit.
I think what happened was you clubbed up, then you found your swing.
Correct.
I think you should have went back to the 58.
Bingo.
Which is something you do have to balance whenever you have that, like, 15, 20-minute off period. Going into this next hole-in-one challenge, I think we're a little bit more dialed in here. Whenever you go back, your first 4 shots are going to be like trying to
find it.
Get your mechanics down.
Yeah.
Find it again. But then once we're in there, we got to take advantage of those times when we're in there. So maybe just like in basketball, you get like 5 shots from your first hit of the green.
Yes, I like that.
You know what I mean? Instead of like having 10 balls.
Start on a make.
Like that.
You get like 6.
Because all of us at the end were like, no, let's add a couple balls here, maybe hit 12 instead of 10 because we all got warmed up a little bit.
Now, with that being said, anybody that travels into the office that is a good golfer, the Chucks,
Sure.
The AQ,
Yeah.
the Butler birdies.
Yeah.
Bunchish.
You only get 10. Okay.
That's right.
Whenever they go back there,
Yeah.
because I don't know if we'll be doing the whole hole-in-one challenge every time every one of them comes to town.
Right.
But they will get 10 opportunities to go ahead and make one. And if it goes in, we'll have cameras on it. We will do the same thing we were supposed to do this morning.
Absolutely.
So it's just like in Top Gear, you know that show where they do cars?
Yeah.
Used to be better. I think something happened contractually where they fucked it all up. But I guess it used to be like one of the greatest shows on TV over there. They used to have all the celebrities that come on the show do this race at the end on a track. And then they kept times, everybody's time
like that.
has ever been on the show. And it's like, here's how this person did. Here's how this person did. It was beautiful. Like it was a great segment of the program. I think it was very intelligent. We should do that with the thing.
Yeah.
Tape measure out there.
Kind of like
Put a leaderboard.
Just how many they hit.
How many you've actually put on the green?
Or hit the
Yes.
Yeah.
Or hit
Yeah, you can put a leaderboard on the Thunderdome or even just on the side of
out
the
of
fence.
10, yeah.
Does it stick on the green or just hit the green?
I just hit the green. I think you just hit the green is good because, I mean, I saw a couple of people blade some backspin. You know what I mean? And just stay on the green or whatever. And Russ Green told us from 250 it holds.
Yeah, that's right. We do need to probably get a little bit more sand out there to treat the greens a little bit and, kind of soften them up a tiny bit. But they were pretty decent today.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Russ Green has gifted us an incredible thing back.
Yeah, great job.
With that being said, we need more sand on the
We do need more sand.
The 100 hole is actually easier to hold on. The
Yes.
green is easier to hold on the 100-yard hole as opposed to the 75.
It's tilted back more,
Little
which
bit of
was
a
really smart by
natural
Russ
slope.
Greens.
Smart by Russ.
How do we feel about the rocks? Is there any thought that maybe, we could put something else there that the ball could roll through?
Yeah, we did not know. The rocks were not in the original drawing. That was a Russ Green audible.
I hate the
Maybe
rocks,
we
to be
leave the rocks
completely
in the
honest.
back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like the
in
rocks.
the
Cool
front.
Plinko
Rocks are nice.
effect.
The rocks are also to protect the greens from Mike's discount
Erosion.
mowing in case, because you get those blades a little bit too close to the greens. It's really going to do a number on them.
Yeah, well, and also on Mike's discount skag. They got that
Yeah,
skag.
exactly.
The guy who cuts our grass is absolute beauty.
Weapon.
He loves cutting grass.
That's what you need.
Love it. No
Nothing
matter
better.
what you're doing, you should love what you do. Yeah. You're making sandwiches, enjoy it.
Love it.
Love it. This guy loves cutting grass.
Beast.
Holy shit.
He also does fireworks professionally.
Of course. I think he cuts down trees too.
Yep.
Believe it.
This dude is a one-stop shop for awesome.
Some
Do what
roofing,
you
probably.
Love what you do.
Bingo. And I respect the fact that Russ Green was thinking for like a normal grass cutter. I think the guy we got cutting our grass out here, he would.
Yeah.
I mean, he would.
Picasso.
Skirt.
Yeah, around that thing. He might even get in there, victory lane, lift up the fucking blade, do a little donut
Yeah.
on there, kind of celebrate
word.
everything he's accomplished, which we
Show
appreciate.
park that thing.
He might show park. He actually slid that thing sideways into a trailer the other day. I was like, God damn, this guy really got that Z-turn on there.
He asked if you wanted to cut portrait into the grass of yourself in the entire office one time because he's that good at cutting.
And we
grass.
told him, sir,
Please, Mike.
don't waste your time.
Okay.
It's not Mike. It works for Mike. Mike, good guy too. Mike, I don't know if Mike loves cutting grass as much as the guy that cuts our grass.
Oh, really? I
Mike
thought that
used
was
to cut the grass.
Mike's the owner.
Yeah, Mike's the owner. of the
Well, I
company.
thought Mike loved it so much he just would never give it up. He'd die on a mower. That's what
I
I
think
thought.
they're cutting a lot of land every
yeah.
day.
See him
I
a
assume
lot.
Mike is
Yeah.
cutting a lot of grass. They are a talented bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Hard-working crew.
That's right.
They are awesome. Even if you don't remember to schedule them, they're like, all right, we'll just, if you don't want to pay for this one, we'll just get you next time.
We love doing it.
It's like,
so.
I love the way you
Great
guys
guys, yeah.
I love the way you guys operate. Yeah, we forgot to schedule you. They're great. But that golf course needs to be had. Somebody needs to make one.
Hey, a lot of cool shit in here. That golf course might be the best, though. I love that thing.
It's up there.
Yeah, I think Ty in the intro for the thing said this is the best thing or the most exciting. Maybe you said it.
Yeah, in comparison to Tahoe.
No, you said everything at the Thunderdome.
Oh, yes.
And I
yes,
immediately
yes.
thought to myself, like, Red Panda was in here kicking
Yeah.
bowls.
Kicking
through
bowls,
still.
yeah.
I mean, Michael
Go
Griffin.
hard.
Mike Malone.
Everything we done did.
Yeah, we raced Tony Stewart, Smoke Stewart.
That was sweet.
This is just in the last.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
place is pretty hilarious.
If we had that golf or the go-kart track out there permanently, it'd be tough to beat as well.
That would be impossible to beat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not getting into those carts every day.
No chance.
My
but
ass did not fit.
That was one and done for me.
Oh, I would do it again for
I
sure.
would definitely do it.
I would do it again. You're one and done.
brother.
I mean, what? Once a year, maybe?
Oh, Foxy.
No, those real go-karts?
Well, Foxy was 10-2. if you remember.
Whoa. I was second place.
Well, that was also when Bill spun that entire thing.
Hey, that's part of the game.
I agree. Good racing. Staying safe, staying alive. It's good racing. All right, let's get to a break. AJ Hawk will join us on the other side. He would figure out a way to put a ball off 2 rocks into the hole.
Oh, yeah.
He has the greatest golf god's luck in the history of golf.
Ever.
It's absurd.
I've seen him put it through a forest. Okay? Should have died in there somewhere. Just one stick, all it takes, just for that thing to drop. Through a fucking forest onto the other side. Somehow it was like a Mario Kart track where you take like a, and he's got like 20 yards to the green.
Yep.
Shortcut.
It's like, how did it get through? That's not your real ball. You had to have dropped a ball. You saw it with me. You saw it with me. I didn't drop any ball.
And then his next chip shot bounced 3 times in the rough somehow, like a trampoline, rolled right up to the pin.
We have the shot.
Yes.
We have. It's actually in the next Foxy Flick, which is a good one.
Yes, sir.
It's like 20-some minutes long.
ESPYs and Tahoe. It was
Nice.
a long one. Probably the longest one yet.
Yeah, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yep.
When are we going to put that out? Probably tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Throwback. That's probably a good day.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll put it out tomorrow.
Sweet.
That'll be awesome. Can't wait for the world to see it. The ESPYs behind-the-scenes stuff is great.
Yes.
Connor getting a plane turned around behind the scenes is great.
That's fun.
Tahoe behind-the-scenes shit is great. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah, let's take you back in time, Connor. We
pumped.
almost vomited on a plane.
That'll be a good time.
I've seen that pilot again. I think he's going to be in our life.
I sure hope not.
No, I think
He's a good pilot.
good pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can turn a plane around if you need to. That's how you know.
We're past it.
We are.
Who's we?
Well, actually,
Well, I'm
we're
saying
going right
it's
back
over.
into it tomorrow.
It's over.
Nah, we got to relive it tomorrow.
I'll
I agree
never
with
be
that.
past that.
All right, AJ Hawk's on the other side. We'll also take some phone calls today on his 1-833-432-3663, 1-833-4-DOME on his beautiful Phone It In Wednesday. I'll tell you. Sports world right now. U.S. Open's happening. Alcaraz last night had a cutoff.
Yeah.
He looks sweet.
That's fun. But, you know.
College football is good. We got breaking news out of Ohio. We'll talk to AJ Hawk about that on the
Perfect.
Breaking news out of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
Huge deal.
That's a big, big thing that happened out there. We'll talk to AJ Hawk, the president of Ohio, about that. We'll answer some phone calls. We're going to have a great second hour here. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Be your friend. Tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
What an honor. What a dream. Being a part of game day was a joke. Being on the field for this is a joke. We continue to live the dumbest life of all time.
What a time to be alive. Let's enjoy the hell out of this weekend in 2023 in Orlovsky.
We are live from an empty Mercedes-Benz Stadium. All the off-season workouts, all the sickness, all the puking, all the commitment, all the dedication. We got 4 teams left, Coach. What's the vibe of that locker room getting ready for this game?
We're going to swing as hard as we can in this game, and CJ's our leader, and he's going to lead the way.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to make the most dumb television on earth this evening live from this field right here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Darius Butler, 9-year NFL vet, played at UConn. That team stinks, but they're coming back. Stanford Steve here, and this man right here wearing a Wolf t-shirt underneath a sport coat. He works for me full-time. But what are you excited about this evening, Connor?
I mean, Pat, like you said, I have the IQ of a goldfish, so I'm not really taking all this in strictly because there's so much. The moment is huge.
You know where you make your money, and this college level is the red area. Georgia #1, 120 is where Ohio State is ranked, which is nuts.
Max Duggan is a dog.
Let Duggan cook.
Connor, good job, guys. There it is. All you boys. Kirk, we say dumb stuff on the internet every day.
You guys be out there, Coach.
See if they can cover him.
In the boots. Connor, you're on ESPN. How about it?
Didn't say fuck, didn't say shit. I was close, but I didn't do it.
That's a win. That's a win.
That's electric.
Look at this, man. Look at this.
Hey, Coach, I don't know if you headbutted one of your guys or not, but
cut yourself shave.
You are awesome.
I got a 6-year-old son, man. I mean, it's
They're going to have to rely upon those dogs. Cade Stover, the tight end for Ohio State.
Yeah, number 8.
He's like 4th-generation farmer. Sponsored by John Deere.
Yeah.
Okay, and they don't just put that deer on anybody.
Hey.
Yes. There's going to be billionaires barking. Okay, there's going to be billionaires barking. Grown folks in khakis barking in unison. Wow.
So much to learn and know.
That's got to become a thing next year. No, I'm serious. This goes down. Can't do that.
Yeah, that was great.
You all right? You all right? You all right? Yeah, help him up. Help him up.
Spill anything?
Nope. You spilled your phone.
Could have been worse. Could have been much worse.
The college football playoffs are about to kick off in Phoenix, Arizona.
My name is Peyton Manning. That's an Ohio fucking wet dream, not just a dream, dude. DJ Hawk.
Did you see A.Q. Shipley stacked on top of Cube, on top of Cole? I feel a shot coming. Sound like Taylor. Oh, I told you! I gotta go. To the bathroom? Let's go, baby. Wait a minute. Congratulations. And the encore this evening is the reigning defender. Undisputed national champions in a home bout against the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm joined by Darius J. Butler. Then we have the face of Ohio State, J.J. Hawk, Boston Connor, Kai Schmidt. And AJ drove down here in a Sprinter van. His son puked twice on the way down here. Broken iPad. Had the windows bashed in this morning. Just on the streets of Atlanta here. If Ohio State loses, would you jot this down as the worst trip of all time for you and your
We
family?
love adversity, Pat. We love adversity in Ohio.
In the end zone, Marvin!
Oh, Marvin!
It is so loud.
You can't hear a thing.
Marvin Harrison Jr. ran how many routes, Connor?
I think he had a post, then he had a corner, then he had another post in the end zone.
Tough to guard.
Nice
see everything.
This guy is all about ball. He is all business.
All ball, all the time.
Tunnel screen. And it goes right up the middle. Tunnel screen right there.
Looks like he's about 7'9", 550. He looks 2 feet bigger than everyone else out there.
D-Butt, look at this dog. Look at this dog.
Look at him. Oh, look at him. One-on-one over there. Oh!
Grab that thing. Touch the ball, touch the ball, touch the ball.
We'll throw back the ref. Get that.
Throw that thing, sling that thing. Hey, good by his ball.
Let me punch it.
What a run. Uh-oh. Again. There go that man again. That's two tight ends. Deep shot.
He's got him.
Are we live right now? And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Fours up. Put your fours up.
That's coming right to me.
That's short.
Any thought of like a fake punt direct snap here, Pat?
That would be awesome. There it is. There it is. Time.
They call timeout. What happened?
The timeout on the fake punt in the fourth quarter is being described by a lot of people as maybe the greatest timeout in the history of college football.
You know, we've had 2 punts faked on us this year. We are very aware and know that people are going to try to steal possessions.
Connor, what quarter is it?
I believe, Pat, if I check my left hand, it is the fourth quarter.
Snap down, hold good. Kick is.
Looks good. Get it, catch it. Yeah.
What a kick to put the Buckeyes up 6.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge your great catch under the goalpost. I want you to know when I saw you make that, I thought for a second, is he going to return it? I had visions of kick 6 when you caught that ball, so don't do that to us anymore. But
Jackson takes a shot to the corner. And if you didn't know who we were before our show, yes, every day it is somehow this time. Wow, what a game. Let's put on a great performance. It was a good time, man. From all of us to all of you, Happy New Year. Enjoy the hell out of your evening.
when you came to my office and told me your plan about retirement, I never thought we'd be sitting there and you'd be the megastar. Sorry for saying that, but it's true that you are, because your show and what you do and the entertainment you provide, is David Letterman type. It's at the very top, and I always knew you had that potential. I knew you were going to go and be a comic and those things, which was great. But man, what you've accomplished, we're so proud of you that you're a Colt alumni player. I mean, you represent.
I'm lucky. You helped me out a lot.
You represent so much about what we're about, and the fans just love you, Pat. So I'm always appreciative when you ask me on, that's for sure.
Well, we're lucky you stopped by. Not only are you a steward for the game, but I feel like the NFL is really the only sport in America where it's city versus city. It rallies everybody together. Doesn't matter your socioeconomic, doesn't matter your political affiliation, doesn't matter your religious affiliation. It brings everybody together. That's why the sport's so incredible. The fact you've been around it for so long, you should take a lot of pride in that. And I'm very lucky to be a Colt. I know Darius says the same thing.
Absolutely.
And once I become a billionaire, we'll have your ass back on, and you can buy me a Rolls Royce.
You're moving there quickly.
Hey, come on, new money, inflation, what's it mean? What a game. And it didn't go how we thought it was going to go. Tua was off. Tua was missing balls. Then Tua hit a couple. And then on the Niners side, they lose Jimmy G with an apparent broken foot. Think about how small your bones are in your feet, how many of them there are. Whenever you see his foot turn sideways, that son of a bitch, you had to assume that something was going to break in there. That news was confirmed by Florio last night on NBC that he'll be out for the rest of the year. What are they going to do? Trey Lance also out for the rest of the year. The man you spent a number 3 overall pick on instead of getting Mac Jones, which, but you did spend your last pick, Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant 2022 with the 262nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Brock Purdy, a quarterback from Iowa State.
He fucking comes in and balls.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy put on a Purdy show yesterday. Yeah. Remember, this guy's Mr. Irrelevant fucking Brock Purdy playing at Iowa State just a year ago. Now he's being put into the middle of a situation. Biggest game of the day. All right, Dolphins versus Niners, big game. Biggest game, in the middle of it. Take over, how you doing? This dude's moxie is off the charts. Absolutely. He stayed in the pocket on a 3rd and 10. 15 is already opening up his entire arms in his face. He sticks in there and delivers a dime to George Kittle. That type of throw, staring down the barrel, that type of courage, especially in a league that he's never played. This is his guy's first snaps in the NFL. Yeah. He has no idea. Maybe he doesn't know what he doesn't know, but a lot of people get scared there, tuck, turn, run, miss the throw, and everybody's like, why does this offense stink? The guy's scrambling for his life. Well, also there's a chance that for another half a second you sit in there, somebody gets open, you're going to have to take a massive shot, which quarterbacks have to do in the NFL. It is no fun. It's a bad part of the job, but it certainly takes place. This dude's sitting in the pocket, fucking taking massive shots to the jaw, seemingly throwing to the right people as well, because as we're watching everything DB and we're talking to AQ Shipley and Coach Pagano and everything we're watching and learning, against certain coverages, there's obviously holes. For him to know where those holes are going to be just by looking at it pre-snap is a level of football IQ that I don't think any of us could have expected from fucking Mr. Irrelevant.
Losing our quarterback there in our second drive in the first quarter. Brock, you stepped it up, you came in. I don't know if you guys know, but it's with mixed emotions, right? We know Jimmy went down, be there with him. All right, you guys know how much he's meant to us. We've got a long way to go here, and we still got everything in front of us.
Niners on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our Humble the Bones Thunderdome on this Wednesday, August 30th. Hour 2 of the show begins right now. Football! If that would have fell, it would have meant that we were about to have the greatest hour in the history of hours, but we're going to have a good time here for the next 40 minutes, and then we'll be joined by Bobby Carpenter, the general, for his first top 5 of college football for this season. That'll happen every single week. I cannot wait for that. The Talks at Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. 14-year NFL icon Pac-Man Jones is here, rocking a sweet Major League Lacrosse shirt. You look like a dog in that thing, man.
I appreciate it, brother. You know, I try
far.
Is that your
smell me?
favorite team?
Yeah.
Are those
So far.
lace? Are those lace pants?
Yeah, did you like cut up a rug?
Hey, you can't rock these. Don't worry about
No,
this.
no,
Not-
I never.
not
No, I
your
did not.
style.
I was just asking.
It's not. It's more like a curtain and then a rug.
Curtain, sure. Yeah, that would play.
It looks super sweet though. Like so.
Yeah,
cool.
all right. Look like Cookie Monster's legs.
Well, me and Mitch shop at the same place.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
I shop on Amazon. Is that on Amazon right there? I try to get those pants. I can't wait to get those pants.
Yeah.
They come in my size, you think?
Yeah.
Some Blue Jays.
Oh, now I'll probably wear white with the
Ooh.
white Jays with that, but the Blue Jays look filthy.
Yeah, they do.
Let's talk about the Atlas team. You doing any? You following the
Lacrosse. The PLL.
PLL.
Right.
I knew as soon as I said Major League Lacrosse earlier, I was wrong.
Well, it used to be.
It's the Premier Lacrosse League.
Remember, we all watched because remember we said we're going to be big lacrosse.
Yeah.
And we are. We had Kavanaugh boys on.
Yeah, that's right.
I fucking love Lax, dude. I actually had a Lax conversation with somebody whenever I was up in at ESPN.
Oh, really?
Doing game day last
That
week.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I had a full Lax call. I'm a Lax guy. I love Lax Rivers of Twine.
Yeah, go to Notre Dame.
The Atlas team is in second to last place.
Oh,
All right,
sick.
you guys
Yeah.
suck. All right, let's move along. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the man
That
who
guy's
won a
good.
college football national champion. I don't think so.
That guy they're saying is like the greatest face-off guy in the history of the league.
Oh, we got Shohei Ohtani again. Can we put him on a
Yeah,
team that's
basically.
fucking good? Can we please do that? How about him? The other night he did something absurd.
He's a good ball player.
Yeah.
He's very, and now they're saying he potentially might not need surgery.
Whoa.
Is he gonna throw?
Which is what? No, not throwing, but that's why he's continuing to play, at least hit.
All right, joining us now is a man who, if he played baseball, we know he'd end up eating the leather. College football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, a president of Ohio currently, and a father of 10, COVID survivor, AJ Hall. AJ, we missed you out there on the Thunderdome short course. We'll definitely have to have you out there at some point, pal.
I want to. I was I honestly watching. It was very compelling. Great commentary by the boys. Obviously, it was my favorite part was every time there was any kind of fancy golf ball, them just saying how Bruce was rock hard because there was like a Callaway Super Soft or something out there.
I will say a lot of the Chrome Soft, a lot of people learned a lot about Bruce who probably didn't even know he existed.
Does he get very excited for like certain types of golf balls or something?
Well, he's a golf snob. He became a golf snob pretty much pretty quick. He's a coastal elitist, obviously, and he had never golfed though. So he came out here to Indiana. He started golfing. He caught the bug. And
Big time.
He's playing like 36 holes a day. He was out here all by himself pretty much. On the weekends, he really fell in love. But then he started watching what like actual good golfers do.
Yep.
Started kind of making him think that's who he is. And then all that shit started kind of compounding. I think he has more self-awareness now than he might have. But boy, the boys remember when he was yelling 4 on a 400-yard par 4 whenever the other people were on the green, they were on tee box. So that's kind of what Bruce gets. But Bruce is a good golfer.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce, you did great out there, pal. You should feel very good about your golf swing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And, you know, the best golf ball, my favorite, around St. Patrick's Day, you get one of those Chrome Softs with the 3-leaf clover all over it. Those are the best.
Bro, you're pegging greens with that thing.
Oh, my God.
Pegging everything, aren't you?
Yeah. Bought $1,000 worth of them because he wanted to have one year round.
Yeah, I love everything about it. Way to go. Hey, Green. Hey, Green. When you see Bruce show up, know you're fucked.
Yeah,
right? That's
right.
what we all.
Look
That's
out.
what we all know.
Divots are coming.
Bruce did get buried in that thing.
A little bit.
You guys killed him.
No, he didn't. You could just tell he's a passionate golfer and he cares.
Yeah, he does change his swing up, too. We had to bring that up. That's part of Bruce's game.
Hey, I'm rebuilding my swing right now, so I have no worries about that. AJ, I don't know if you saw. Did you see a swing? It's coming out of the park.
Unfortunately, I can watch anybody swing and I have no clue what any of it means. So if you're going through a swing change, it looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Smooth.
I feel like it's really working out. Now, I did think that
green is tiny.
8 feet. If you put it on the green, you'd be within 8 feet of the hole because it's 16 feet wide. Obviously, it's right in the middle, so 8 feet on either side of it. Yeah, you really got to stick it in there, throw a dart. Pack threw a couple. Darty threw a couple. Ty almost put one in on his sixth. This one right here was his 6th attempt. It was beautiful. After commentating for a couple hours.
Ooh. Right there.
It was good golf, though. It was Heartbreak City. We thought a bunch were going in. They did, which is golf.
Yeah, it's golf, baby.
That's how it works.
Every day.
All right, here's Brucey, golfer.
With a swing, man. Beautiful.
Pure.
Agreed. Yeah, well.
Come on now.
Gumpy
Was that
wore a
60
helmet.
yards over the green?
Yeah, well.
Safety first out there.
Gumpy had a full Alabama helmet on while he's out there. No, he didn't like
Hey, that is fun, though. That could be another thing where someone, I've talked about before, you put like hockey pads on and we just take shots at it. For
Buddy,
sure.
the last 45 minutes, I guess the whole thing was 45 minutes. So pretty much from the beginning, it was like, Gump, come on. Let's test that helmet. Test that helmet. Because we started thinking, one goes off the helmet at it.
Yes.
Oh, my God. What a time. What a clip.
Probably first ever hole-in-one off a helmet.
If that was the thing. And then we also said off a chest, too. If somebody eats one. Now, there's probably a lawsuit pending if either of those things take place. But if the ball goes in, that's a good clip. I mean, that's a good clip. We'd certainly live by. We can't wait to get you out there. Let's start talking about something that's very real and something that you would have information on. We saw the clip a couple weeks ago from the Hard Knocks, or maybe from One Jets Drive, the New York Jets social media Hard Knocks episode, where it was Randall Cobb talking to the wide receivers. And Randall Cobb was basically saying, like, hey, everything's kumbaya right now. But this motherfucker's going to lose his mind. We keep making the mistakes that we're making. Then Aaron was asked about it at a press conference. He had a spiritual narcissist shirt on, had one of those cool.
Yeah, deep
cool.
deep neckline.
Bro, he had this thing. He had this thing literally on at the same time. And he said, as I've gotten older, I'm not really excited to yell at people or chew people out anymore, which makes sense as you get older. But I think what Randall Cobb knew and everybody else knows is like the reason why you can be at the top of the game for 18 years, why you can be 4-time MVP, is because at some point you are one of the most competitive people walking.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers not happy about what the offense looked like on Hard Knocks last night. And I'll tell you what, that kumbaya shit did potentially leave for a matter of moments.
It did.
Here's the clip from Hard Knocks last night of Aaron Rodgers being a great leader to the New York Jets and what an actual NFL practice looks like. You don't really get to see this type of shit with the high-end guys. Normally it is documented but never released because it could come off as a certain way and they're scared to do it. Here's Aaron Rodgers saying, hey, we ain't doing this shit like this anymore in a beautiful fashion.
319.
Fucking jumped again. He totally jumped again.
Hey, hold your fucking shit, huh? That's why we can't have nice things.
Here we go, guys. Break the huddle with urgency.
319. 319. Fucking mistakes in one fucking drive.
Yes.
My favorite part's coming up.
When he's stewing on a knee?
When he's on a knee and then poor number 35 standing there and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Fucking basic at 12 to 14 yards.
Should I pat him on the shoulder or tell him okay? Or it's coming up.
Bro, he is boiling.
Here we go.
Fucking mistakes in one damn drive. Fucking unbelievable.
Look at everybody. Should we concur or what do we do? What do we say?
Drop 3 fucking balls and fucking 3 wrong routes and a fucking false start.
Kid.
Solace kid at 35. It's okay, Aaron.
Won't happen again.
What are you supposed to do there?
Bro, but look at he's just stewing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So mad.
Pissed.
Absolutely.
Boiling.
Nah, can't happen.
17. Step into my opposite. I want to get this back in the offense. Hey, if you got a bubble like that, I might just try and throw a little short.
It's a nice little sequence
I gotta
here.
look left to hold somebody over there. The mic didn't go straight back. He pushed through it too high. Through, he's running down the middle. He'll be rolling on the backside. We get too high. Get in there, run route we can win on. If you inside and did that, you could go corner. If anything happens, then you blow wide open. We need to run shallow with that. It's better, shallow lead. If you pass the hash, you're
one
already on the
practice.
backside.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else who could be dropping underneath, and you won't get fucked up. Through's going down the middle, and we got that.
So
Hey,
cool.
now let's huddle.
Hack,
Now
it's
let's
like, what did
huddle.
you just say?
All right, now, hey, Hack, relax.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Nice job. Hey, I want to do that all day. I'm going to throw it whenever I can.
It's that release, man.
Yep.
Quick.
Yeah, nice job. Way to go. Good job.
Good. Show off.
You love the ball sound effect.
Show off.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 258. 258.
Let's go.
Look how happy he's fucking is, too.
Yeah.
Think about just like 40 minutes ago. Oh, I fucking love it. Yeah, that's fun.
Hey, that was fucking good right there.
What is that? Hey, Hard Dogs has been incredible. Congrats to NFL Films.
Yeah.
Good episode.
Great
and also
work.
shout out to Aaron for being mic'd up for all this shit.
Yeah.
And also shout out to the Jets for saying, yep, we'll fucking run it, you know? Because those types of moments there with a quarterback motherfucking the offense happens. If it doesn't happen, you're a little bit worried about the quarterback's leadership and where he's at, or he's too young. So for them to showcase that and then for it to bounce back on the other side, hey, that's good cinema there, baby. I like this Jets team, AJ. I like this Jets team.
That's great cinema. We haven't even seen what Dalvin Cook can do when he's injected into this offense as well. So, I mean, there's so much. Yeah, they're riding high right now. They better come out. I hope they come out with a hot start, the first quarter of the season, as they call it, which is not anymore, I guess, with 17, huh? So let's come out the first 5 games, go 5-0.
That 17th game, I think, is kind of considered a bonus game for everybody.
Yeah.
So I think we're still doing a quarter thing, but they got the Buffalo Bills on Monday night. It's going to be difficult. Aaron, though, Randall Cobb, what he was saying, pretty accurate, right? I guess he's always been a fiery guy in practice. That's how it is?
I think it's not as much. I wouldn't even say fire. I'd say just attention to detail. Like, hey, if it's 11 yards and you break in, you run exactly 11 yards. Like, that's how all the great quarterbacks are, like that. Driven type A personality. Everything is here for a reason. This is why we do it. And how you do anything is how you do everything. That old cliche quote.
Oh, the little things will take care of the big things. The whole, he said, it's pretty basic, 12 to 13 yards. I enjoyed that because that was right at the wide receiver coach is who he was talking to.
Yeah. No, he's telling him to run a basic. Yeah. To run a basic.
Yeah, but I think he is literally.
He probably.
Those messages were going to Hackett. He's not just talking to players here.
Yeah.
We dropped 3 fucking balls.
He's talking to Woody. Woody's in the background a couple of times too. He's talking to Woody as well.
We dropped 3 fucking balls. Okay, that's players. We're not doing that. We got 2 fucking offside. That's offensive line. Yeah. We're running this bullshit. This guy's good. That's to the Hackett.
Yep.
We're running a basic at 12. That's to the wide receiver. It's like everybody in there is getting a message like, okay, all right, we all need to
tighten it up.
Tighten up a little bit. I love watching it, honestly.
And when you break it down, bro, it's so simple to me watching because I've played so long. But for the younger guys, this is going to make them play so much faster. When he was explaining on that cover 2 route, hey, the fucking middle linebacker is running the seams. So run the basic and bend it in so you could be wide open. Like little things like that is telling the receivers, all right, I know what the play call is, but in cover 2, don't run go if it's not there because it's cover 2. I think that's going to go a long way. And the way they adjusted real quick, he said, hey, no more quick. We're huddling up so I can tell y'all what to do.
I like the fact, too, that he said, like, hey, you get fucked up, you do this, too. Like, hey, let's go ahead and try to beat some stuff here that we don't need to see coming. It's like he also started, whenever he said, now we'll huddle, it's like, okay, we just witnessed, I think, now I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I assume Aaron is saying a lot in these offensive meetings. I assume Aaron is doing a lot of dictation about things. But there was the first time we're seeing what it's probably going to look like in a game.
Yeah.
Like where it's going to be like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You see when they showed clips from the actual game, and I love seeing the footage from NFL Films on games when they're mic'd up because just you're on the field, so it's so much faster. It feels more real. Watch him like walk to the line. I just want to use it as an example to other kids or even other quarterbacks in the NFL. Like the command he has of the offense when he kind of moseys to the center and he just looks like, and he's just eyeballing the defense. Like that has a huge impact on everybody. Not only his own team, but the defense feels that as well.
Well, that was the whole, you're not coming.
Yeah.
Back up.
That guy's got to come there, by the way, right? That guy at that stage.
I mean, you can't, if he's not supposed to and all of a sudden he gets jammed up in the B gap and they just dump it right over him, like either way he's screwed.
Yeah, but it would be hilarious if in the meeting, what are you doing? Just wait. They got a mic up clip coming.
You can hear him.
He literally, I mean, what do you want me
to
to
challenge me, coach. I didn't want to be wrong.
He questioned my integrity, coach. He said I was a dumbass. Literally said it to everybody, to me, to the team,
to you.
Get the fuck out of here, he basically said.
What if you'd have yelled? What if the linebacker would have yelled? No, the safety's supposed to show down over top, so you don't know this going on right
now. No, I'm not going back. I am coming. You're wrong. You're wrong. And then practice stops. Aaron goes to the D coordinator. Is this guy coming or not?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Get the fuck off the field. Show a little respect, bro. Okay? I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are. That was a late hit for a preseason game.
It was.
That was a very late. And I don't necessarily love that Aaron has to be the guy that's headbutting and pushing people, especially 6'5" guys.
Yeah,
big dude,
who are just dogs out there. But I know his teammates watched that and I bet you Salah showed the film with a laser pointer and said, "This is his 18th year. Okay, we're paying this guy whatever. Why is he the one doing this?" But also, This is what everybody needs to be like on our offensive side of the ball. That was cool to see. And obviously, Aaron definitely knows who Jihad Ward is, you know? And on the flip side, Aaron did tell him, like, hey, you know the money you're making? You're fucking welcome, pal, okay? Me and a couple other guys pretty much have taken this league to where it is. You can have a little bit of respect. That was late. I mean, that was late for a preseason game. Immediate pushback, by the way, AJ.
It was like he wasn't paying. If you heard Aaron, he even said 5 steps. Like it was like he took 5 steps after he threw it. And he didn't. It's almost like he didn't see him. And then at the last second, he kind of threw his forearm up at him a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciated it from both parties. I like whenever people talk shit. I love everything about it. And I assume Aaron afterwards talked to this guy. I assume they have chatted since then because it's a great internet viral clip. But I've been told by Bruce that Jihad is basically an extension of Wink. He came from Baltimore. I think he had some time in Indianapolis, but he's like beloved by their defense over there. One of the leaders, I think, of the Giants defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a rotational piece on the D-line, but Wink has come out and said that as long as Jihad Ward is playing, he will be playing for Wink Martindale if he can make it happen. And when he retires, he'll be a coach with him as well.
How do you feel about it, the offensive lineman not being there for that? Now, they're looking down the field, obviously.
They didn't see it, you know. Well, it happened after that touchdown pass. It happened twice, right? The guy bumped him early, and then on the touchdown pass, he kind of hit him again. That's when Aaron came back at him.
And
so
then
maybe –
was it Mackay that got in there? Was it? I think it was
McGovern got in there. I think Becton did,
Yeah.
and I want to say one of the tight ends.
I love that. That's good football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy that stuff, man. And I like that 18 years in. Normally super kumbaya. And Aaron, you know, he gets a lot of respect from a lot of people. Like when fights happen, you saw it on Hard Knocks. He'll get in there and be like, and like the other team is like, all right, that's Aaron Rodgers. Like, we're not going to fight him.
Right.
During games, you know, he'll do something. Somebody will tackle him. There's a laugh normally because it's like Aaron fucking Rodgers is there. So I like the Jihad was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I really do. We're so close to football.
I know.
So close.
So close to football, NFL football.
It is the best. And even like the college is a great taste, but it's almost like when Brady went to Tampa, like we're seeing what that effect has on an entire organization with Hard Knocks. Like you mentioned, like when Tom Brady's there, you're going to have more, you're going to take more reps. You're going to help, you know, do the small things more. And even the coaches have to raise their game. Like we're getting like a front row seat to exactly what happened in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Like it's cool to see. And him, you know, not motherfucking the coaches, but saying things that are clearly directed to them. Like, hey, I know I'm, you know, a player on this team and you're a coach on this team, but you're fucking up. And I can tell you that.
I don't know how. Okay, if we go back a couple years, and I don't want to do this because we like looking forward. Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors; they dip.
That's right.
We get it. Now, did they go to the moon ever?
Absolutely, they did. But we don't need to get into that right now.
Have that on tape.
What's that?
There's footage.
Moon landing.
You've seen the footage, yeah?
I've seen the footage. Have you seen?
Damn right.
Goddamn right. I watch the footage every night before I go to bed.
Do you? 6 midnight right before you go to bed?
That's right.
I got sweats on. Good. I'm going to need them.
Exactly.
Need a little bit of flexibility down here. I'm watching the fucking moon landing.
Bingo.
Boom.
All right, I respect that. And I don't want to go back in time, AJ, but how did he survive? If that's what he's always been like, which is like, you know, very similar to Peyton there. That's what Peyton.
Yeah.
How did he have no say over anything? How did that even happen at Green Bay? I assume he was losing his fucking mind.
Yeah.
If that, you know what I mean? Like if he's that attention to detail.
I'm quite sure he probably lost his mind when the GM left.
When Gutekunst came in, he's put over that guy a little
Ted
bit, right?
Thompson, yeah.
He's put him over. He's talked good about him. But that's what I'm like watching because obviously he told Hack a couple episodes ago, yeah, maybe we don't run that play from that setup. You know, like, and Hack and he are very tight, clearly. And Hack is like, yes, more information out of you, the easier my life gets. And Salah's like basically D coordinator.
Yeah.
Aaron's pretty much offense coordinator.
Yep.
And then when they're making those cuts, I think if Aaron wants a guy on the team, I feel like the Jets are going to be, okay, you're on the team. How is that not the case in Green Bay with the type of human he is? How did that work at all?
I don't know. I mean, he was definitely involved, like football-wise, on the field. He's always talking to everybody and doing things offensively. He and McCarthy, I think, had a great relationship when it came to that. But as far as all the front office stuff or everything else off the field, I don't know, man. I really don't.
You can see how he would go crazy.
Yeah.
With the way, you know what I mean? You can see how he would go. Because humans like that, you know, don't mind the extra responsibility of like, making things how they think would work. It's like a fulfilling feeling, too, I assume, that he's getting from the Jets right now. Like being able to, you respect my brain. Thank you. Yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer. Thank you. Okay. Played pretty good football. Have a pretty fucking big brain. You know what I mean? I understand what this offense is supposed to look like. He knows that offense just as good as Hackett, who grew up in the system, right? I mean, this is basically his offense that he's running since he's the West Coast offense. It's a beautiful offense, is what he says. So I love how it's all kind of going. That's a tough division, though.
Yeah,
that is a
very
tough division over there, and I think that's a reality that we're going to be staring down, and Jets fans are kind of facing right now as well.
Well, and the biggest thing with the Packers, too, it wasn't just like not having the say necessarily. It was like when he would publicly go out on a limb for a guy and like talk about how he loved Jake Kummerow, and then the Packers release him and the Bills pick him up right after that. Like, I don't know if it was necessarily like, hey, I want this guy, and then they go their separate ways. It was like he would publicly say he liked a guy, and then they kind of made him look like an idiot. It's like, well, we don't think he's good enough, so we're going to cut his ass. Whereas, like, there was plenty of examples of guys coming up who, whether they were undrafted or whatever, like Rodgers turned them into great players for the Packers. So it was just like little weird shit like that where they would almost like publicly be like, all right, well, we're just going to take an opposite stance because he took this stance.
So, and that's because there isn't a conversation happening behind closed doors. Like, Peyton never had to come out and say, like, yeah, Dallas Clark is going to be on our team. You know, like he never had to publicly say that.
Right.
Because Bill Polian's like, hey, who do you want to be a part of this whole thing? You know, like that's the relationship. So whenever I heard that wasn't the case with Aaron, I was very surprised, but I guess it's just how it is. Josh Allen said, Beano asked me for my thoughts earlier. We got a chance to chat with him. He's healthy. Hey, he's fit. He's very fit right now. Great jawline on that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Great jawline on Josh right now.
I tell you what, I think they're in a good position. I really do. We mentioned last year we were talking about the Bills winning every game, winning the Super Bowl. Now they're kind of flying under the radar. They can. I'm sure they're sitting there in their facility though. They still feel pretty good about where they're at.
Stefan Diggs being named captain. Josh broke that news here earlier. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say that he was just named captain. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's big. That shows that the respect he have in the locker room because as players, we vote for the captains on the team. The coaches have a little say-so, but yeah, that's big. And we pick those guys when you pick captains, not by names. You pick them by what they work and they work ethic. So I think that's pretty. That means they all on the same page too.
Yeah, and we will assume that McDermott and Bean run a clean democratic process.
Of course.
Election.
Yep.
Yeah, we will.
No bull.
You know, because
no election fraud there.
Yeah, because there has been. I mean, I know the real world is talking about that. There's some lawsuits and people are in jail.
Of course.
Mugshots going crazy.
Going off. Greatest way to rejoin anything in the history of anything.
Never surrender. Well, you're in jail right now. I understand what you're saying. We get it, but anyways, that's because of an election thing.
Right.
NFL coaches and GMs have been cooking elections for a long time.
What?
Yep. All right, everybody vote. Don't tell anybody what you voted, though. Need that to be very secret. You take this vote to death. Don't tell anybody who you voted for. Then you turn it in, and all of a sudden, like, a young guy who got drafted in the first round, everybody on the team hates, but somehow, the GM wants his – oh, Cap, you guys voted?
Got a lot of votes.
You guys voted. And then all of a sudden, everybody, who the fuck, you voted? No, I didn't. Did you? Who did? No. Who voted for this fucking guy?
Oh, nobody
None of us.
did.
Oh, this is fake. This is a fake.
This election's rigged.
Yeah, GM pick.
How many write-in ballots were sent in, and how much were they worth? That's so Stefan Diggs winning it. I think McDermott wouldn't have just been like, you know what, going to put it on. On Stefan Diggs. That's a big deal for me, especially with where they were just a few months ago.
Do we know if it's a Giants situation? Because I saw the Giants announce their captains, and I think they have 12 of them. So is it a situation where the Bills also have 12 to 14? And
that's so many captains.
That's a lot. For shoot, not exact. Like Tony isn't exaggerating because there was a little maybe voice in there. They actually have 10 captains.
So if you have 10 captains, do you have any captains?
Boom. First thought.
That's a good question.
Just like 2 quarterbacks. You got 10. You don't have a quarterback.
You know how we said we have some breaking news out of Ohio State?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you hear about it, AJ? Did you hear about it?
What's that?
The Ohio State Buckeyes have named their new starting quarterback.
Whoa.
Following in the footsteps of C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Is a man who was in a heated battle with another stud.
Tough one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting quarterback for your Ohio State Buckeyes, Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
Congrats, Kyle.
Let's go, Kyle.
There you go, Kyle. Now, everybody we've talked to has basically said this is a fluid situation, right? This is anytime you name a starter who is in a very serious camp battle, I think the other person is being told, Allen, who's the name of the other guy? Devin Brown, there it is. Anytime you're in that type of competition battle, you're going to think like, well, if game one, first half doesn't go great, maybe you put the other guy in. What do you hear in Ohio State? Everybody pumped about McCord?
Yeah, people are. They've just been. People here are pretty anxious. They wanted him to name a starter by now, but I think Ryan Day even said, I was reading where he said, like, yeah, they both deserve to play. Kyle McCord's going to be the starter, but it's not going to be like, hey, I don't want these guys looking over their shoulder and think they're going to get benched if they go 3 and out. It sounds like they're going to get a chance, but Devin Brown's going to play, so there's obviously packages and times that he will go in.
Man, the Ohio State Buckeye quarterback is a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
You think if you're starting, you got to, all right, well, I better throw about 4 touchdowns this first half or I may not be the starter.
You got Marvin Harrison
tough.
Jr. out there, and who's that freshman they have that they said that is lighting it up as a wide receiver as well?
Oh, man. Now I'm blanking on his name. Marvin
Tate.
said he's better than he was this time.
Tate. He went
Cardinal.
to IMG last year. He's like the
Julian
stud.
Fleming and Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, running back, unbelievable. Yeah, so like, hey, pal, this is just like the Jalen Hurts situation in Philadelphia. Now, the Jalen Hurts situation in Philadelphia worked, where going into last season, they were like, hey, the team is built to go win. You either are going to play good or we're going to get a new quarterback. Like, that's how. And then Jalen goes on to earn $200-some million, goes to the Super Bowl, becomes MVP caliber player. It's like, that's what we've learned about Jalen Hurts. Will McCord do the same thing in Ohio State? Other quarterback battles that are still looming. Alabama has not named their starting quarterback yet. Excited to hear who Nick Saban thinks should be leading the Crimson Tide rolling forward.
Well, he didn't release a
People are pissed.
depth chart because that causes confusion and a little bit of a riff in the locker room.
Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that Saban said, yeah, all right, I've done every year we've announced a starter, all right, but this year I was told, like, maybe not, because then people start picking sides. And, we don't need that. We don't need that right now. We need to keep building this team together. We had a bad year last year. We didn't win the national championship. That's what that means for Alabama. So we're going to let these people wait and figure it out till the very end.
They kind of got to figure it out faster, though, because Ohio State's got like 3 games figured out before they go to Notre Dame. Alabama's got Texas week 2.
Yeah, that's a big game. We're going to be down there, by the way. Remember, September 8th, Friday in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Hell yeah.
We will be live from campus. We do not know if game day will be there. This is not an announcement of College Game Day, which is obviously a staple and an institution of college football. Although Kirk Herbstreit, one of the faces of college football for the last 3 decades, said, probably a pretty good chance game day is going to be at Texas, Alabama. And if that's the case, it'll be Friday. We'll be live noon to 3 Eastern, 11 a.m. local, with hopefully some people behind us. We got some big-time surprises.
Oh, yeah. Get ready.
Couple tasty treats.
Tasty.
AJ, these are the types of things that,
Guy Fieri?
Oh,
maybe. Who knows?
Is he making his famous pizzas? Is he bringing his rig and making us pizzas?
As long as he has a donkey sauce.
He is a big Bama fan, right?
Guy Fieri. I think he's a fan of whoever.
He's a UNLV fan.
Oh, he's a fan of the Raiders, too, I think.
Yeah, I think he likes Texas, actually.
Vegas.
He likes grocery games. He
loves
food,
grocery games.
Cruise ships.
Guy Fieri has a cruise ship?
No, he loves them, though. He's got his food on every single one of them.
It's on Carnival Cruise. It's actually the burgers are donkey and gangster.
Really?
Boom. He has all of his gangster stuff on Carnival Cruise.
That's awesome.
There you have it.
Could you imagine just being stuck at sea for 7 days? Well, I guess getting to be at sea is how these cruise people view it. Getting to be at sea for 7 days, and you just lay out by the pool, and who's right next to you? Donkey sauce.
Oh, my God.
All day.
Oh, my God.
Always there.
I get this for the next 6 days? Holy
Pouring
shit.
shots of donkey sauce into people's mouths.
It's actually right next to the pools. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like literally, you could go to the pool like 2 feet away.
Try my
This is
burgers?
real.
Burger
This is
bar.
real?
Try my burgers?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very
Find
real.
me face down in the pool.
Yeah, from eating too many.
Nick, that's because of how you're dressed right now. You got a chance to see
I
yourself.
saw Nick's got tights on today.
Well,
Looks good.
I was getting work in the hawk house in the morning.
He did look awesome. He had a full Adidas fit on today.
Sweet.
He looked amazing. Honestly, when he walked out there accessorizing the way he did on that tee box, I thought there was a 100% chance that ball was going right in that fucking hole.
Sure.
He got good late.
Yeah.
He did.
AJ, you would hit that in, huh? Don't you think?
Man, the more I watch you guys, I'm like, that green seems tiny. I don't know. I mean, I feel good with my wedges, but it'd be a tough shot.
As somebody who, ultimately had to pull the trigger on the greens, I think I overestimated the size of those greens. I think we probably should put those a little closer to the tee box, made those a little bit easier, because the first time I stepped on that tee box and I looked out at those greens, I go, Those are smallest screens in the world.
Yeah.
Those are.
It's gonna make you better. Makes you better though.
Yeah.
You hit that thing. You're within 8 feet if you put it on.
And you probably got to bring it. Well,
Oh yeah, you got to bring.
if you bring it in high and you land it, is it gonna bounce off? Probably.
Yeah. Need more sand.
Well, until we treat it, right?
Yeah, we just Russ Green needs to put some fucking sand over
Yeah,
there.
celebrity
Come on, Russ.
There's Russ Green, and then there's the mower guy, right?
Mike.
Mike's discount.
Which, by the way, Mike. It's not just Mike. Mike's wife also a massive piece.
Yep.
Really?
Diana. There she is. She's a stallion.
Diane.
She'll get there.
Diana.
Yeah. Well, I call her Di.
Sure. Yeah, of course,
Right.
for short.
Yep.
Been around a long time. All right, let's talk about some other news. There's a punter for the New Orleans Saints out of the U, and we've obviously heard his story whenever he went to Miami. One of the coolest looking fucking humans on earth.
Oh yeah.
Used to run a tattoo shop in Bali.
What a story.
Okay, was an Aussie Rose football player, I assume, growing up, was into blue-collar jobs, and then he went over to Miami, found a scholarship through a kicking camp, I believe, through the Aussie Kicking Academy or whatever. Now he makes the Saints, 30-year-old rookie who looks like this. I'm pulling for him. I've got a chance to chat with him a few times. Seems like an incredibly cool guy. And if you look at the Saints, new punter, new kicker.
Yeah.
Will Lutz was just traded yesterday to the Broncos, back to Sean Payton. So that's a young department of special teams. If they go on a run in the NFC South, which we're all kind of expecting at this stage, their special teams are going to have to be good whenever it happens. Yeah. I think this guy will be able to handle it because everything he's been through. And I think old Blake Group from Notre Dame will be able to handle it as well. I'm pumped for these new guys, not necessarily young guys, down in New Orleans, AJ, but this is a beautiful story.
It's awesome. A 30-year-old punter. He looks like this. I'm looking at that tat on his right quad/hamstring. What is that? Is that like old school football guy?
I'm not sure.
Look at that. Is that like Bart Starr throwing a pass?
So I'm not.
I believe it's that famous painting where the guy throws the flowers.
Oh, you're right. That's like a Banksy.
Oh, it's a Banksy one.
Yeah, I believe it's the Banksy.
Yeah.
It is Banksy.
I thought it was a football.
Yeah, because he's got a mask.
Oh, yeah.
That is a Banksy, right?
Probably did it himself.
He's got a Born to Be Wild tat, which is sweet.
Born to be wild. Yeah, we get it. You are wild. This guy's wild.
He's wild, brother.
This guy's got wild life. Good cleats, though. I like the blacks, all blacks there.
Need a jersey.
Well, he's training.
Well, hopefully, no. I mean myself.
You're gonna get a Headley jersey?
I think I might.
Dewey, Dwayne Johnson's getting one as well.
I'll probably wait for
Absolutely.
Bryce Behringer. He's the second best rookie punter.
Is that Dwayne's guy?
Dwayne, the U, obviously, and he learned of his story and he appreciated him and said,
Nice.
Much
you know,
fun,
yeah, much
Yeah.
fun.
Make a movie out of him.
30 years old, you know, I was retired by then. 8 years.
Ooh, nah, that's a long journey. How long was he at Miami?
4,
At least a few,
5?
yeah.
He's there a long time, probably 3 different coaches.
He went
Remember
to
him a long
junior college, I know, in San Francisco before he went to Miami.
Keep going, bub. Keep fucking going.
Beast.
Proud of you, Lou.
Love
Way
what
to
you
go,
do.
Lou.
What you
Now,
do.
Lou, rookie punter in the NFL, he knows this. You're about 4 shanks away.
Yeah.
You know, at any given time, that's just how it is. That's the business.
Go back to
Saints.
Bali.
It's no.
I'm just saying, if he has 4 shanks, that's what Dennis
No,
Allen's
he
going to
can-
tell
he's
him.
a
scaffolder, too.
Take
He
your
can
ass
scaffold
back.
if he needs
He
to.
gifted his tattoo shop to his understudy. He wouldn't go back and take it back.
Well, does that guy pump balls too? Because he's probably following him.
Well, I've heard the Bali tattoo artists have cannons.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's just
He could
him.
also be a
It's old
judge on
school, too.
Inkmaster.
Yeah, well, he does have sick ink. He could probably just get back into tattooing on the side.
Yeah.
He does it old school too.
What's that?
With like the rock and the like little hammer.
And the
He
heat.
doesn't use a gun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's what he got that Banksy?
That traditional Bali tattoo.
Okay, hammer and nail.
Yeah.
Jail style?
Born to be wild.
No.
Kind of.
Where's he from originally?
Australia, Brisbane? Oh, I don't know the city.
Looks like a Brisbane fellow.
Geelong, maybe?
To be clear, only city that came to my mind from Australia, but
Makes sense.
I hope the brain was just right there. I don't know where he's from. Maybe Melbourne?
Doesn't look like a Sydney
Melbourne.
guy.
Melbourne? Maybe Melbourne. Is he Collingwood?
Gold Coast.
Yeah, it might be a Collingwood. He might be a Magpie.
Is he a magpie?
He's from Mandurah.
See, never would have got that.
No.
But I do shout out Mandurah, Australia.
That's not.
6'4", 220. He's a big lad.
Big lad.
He's a big lad. Those Aussie Rules football players.
Oh,
what a
Mandurah's
sport.
right next to Perth.
Oh, Perth. Okay.
Oh, he's a son of Perth.
That's West, right? Western Australia?
Yeah, very, very west and south.
I only remember that because the Magpies had to make a trip out to Western Australia.
Yeah, never easy.
Tough road trip for them.
Yeah, especially with all the animals. They got kangaroos over there who really,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Big spiders.
Big snakes.
Big penises.
That's right.
Kareem Hunt has. Was that, buddy?
The native Australians.
Yeah, the Perth boys.
Yeah.
The boys of Perth, they all are hung like
You said
horses.
snakes and penises. You confused me. I didn't think they had them.
Well, on a plane. Obviously.
That was a good movie. Sam Jackson.
Great movie.
I didn't watch it. I hate snakes and don't like bad things happening on a plane, so I didn't want to bring that one into my life.
Well, it's not exactly realistic, but it's a good,
No,
it's a
it
good
is.
flick.
It's
I
a
hate
terrible
snakes as
movie.
well. It scares me.
So, what movies are realistic? You think in that vein that you enjoy? Did you see? Did you see Stephen A. Smith and Dan Orlovsky with Denzel Washington?
No, Denzel was on the set.
No. Dan was on Denzel's set.
Yeah.
Dan Orlovsky acting alongside Stephen A. Smith, Denzel Washington, one scene. That happened.
Was this a movie or is this for a commercial?
Yeah, cinema.
Come on.
I think it's actually a scene from the movie.
Yeah.
So cool.
Anything they're in is a movie.
Okay. Are they recreating some of the scenes like Denzel and Ethan Hawke from Training Day?
No, it's Equalizer. I don't think they're having him trip on any PCP or anything like that. But
you like to get wet,
it was him and Stephen A. talking about he was being a picky eater. And Stephen A. said he was sick of this guy. I'm so sick of this guy. And they pointed at Denzel. And then he was like, hey, you see what this guy's doing. And Denzel was going to kill him. Denzel was going to kill Dan Orlovsky. And then Dan Orlovsky got up and left. And then Stephen A. said, you can't run from A. the back of an end zone. Big pop.
Yeah.
Big pop.
Very good.
Big pop out of me. But Dan made a great acting debut. This is it. I don't know if we're allowed to play it. I would assume we're not allowed.
Was this from a movie?
Yes, Equalizer 3.
Come on.
Dan Orlovsky, IMBD, Equalizer 3.
Boom.
That's awesome. Good for him. I didn't know. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Bro, look how good he looks. Look at this face he's making. That's where the acting is. It's in the eyes.
Unbelievable.
Look at his fucking eyes.
Terrified.
Terrified.
I'm scared to death.
He
I'm
looks
terrified
terrifying.
seeing them if he was looking at me.
No, he looks like he's questioning what's going on. Doesn't he? He looks like
Little
what's going
Jerry
on over
Jones.
there.
Yeah.
Which one's Denzel?
Yeah, let's call Dan. Let's see if
They look like he ready to get up out of there.
Yeah, Stephen A. is about to talk some real shit there. You can see him. Well, you can see him in the middle of. Well, you know what I mean? About to break it down. This guy right here looks like he's an Ozzy Rose football player.
Yeah,
He does.
beast. Cool
Yeah, he
tattoos.
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those rings.
Classic henchman.
Why are Dan and Stephen A. in this restaurant? They clearly stick out. There's Denzel. There's this table. You got to know that as soon as you walk in.
When did they film this?
What's that?
When did they film this? Dan didn't tell us.
When Stephen A. was on vacation, Orlovsky flew out.
Who
and
wrote
they did.
this?
I think
a good question.
What's his name?
Denzel.
Scorsese.
AI.
I was going to say, are they scrubs for acting?
Scabs?
Scabs? Are they scabs for acting?
Scrubs. Oh yeah, you're right. Did they do this during the strike?
Who wrote it? Orlovsky didn't even answer now. This guy's IMBD is
That's
growing.
right, acting.
Right.
God. Rappaport gets a show at the same exact time as us. Dan Orlovsky now is acting with Denzel Washington, won't answer the calls.
Man,
This is our life now.
that's awesome.
I thought we were the sellouts.
Yeah. Oh.
Are you for sure they were in the same room with Denzel?
Oh. Gump, were you catching some ricochet shots up there in Canada as I was getting my shins bashed in by our people?
Of course, naturally.
I love that.
Naturally.
I got ricochet shots for Gumpy, actually.
Really?
Yeah. You guys are leaving, so I guess I'm never going to see Gumpy again or his little kid.
Oh. You're too worried about who's his little kid?
Oh, why don't you guys ever talk
You
about
didn't hear about
Gumpy
the
leaving his kid at home?
Yeah, Gumpy leaving his boy and his family up in
Yep.
Canada.
Oh,
Come
realize
over.
he abandoned his son.
There's a little lad up there?
That's what I've been told. I abandoned a wife and child to be back here.
Well, we do know that you are a single male, have been for multiple years, which is, I think, good for all parties.
Yeah.
Good for all parties.
But you did abandon your young boy.
There's a little lad up there you procreated?
That's what I've been told.
Baby Bubba.
What'd you do? Is that real? He can come.
People are tweeting that, yeah, that's fucking abandoned.
I think with the way the laws are, you send him into America.
Yeah.
We should have just thrown him over the border.
Yeah.
Oh. Because then, boom, and you're in.
We're in.
I think that is the case.
Probably would have made everything a lot easier.
Yeah, it would have been easier to write a little letter for you that you're a father of a little lad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Anyways, great to have you here, Gump.
Baby Gump.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everybody that just sawed us down, and we appreciate it. Hopefully, you'll stick with us. We debut on ESPN September 7th. A lot of things happening. I want to let you know we're currently in a phase of, hey, got to make every decision right now. And it's fun.
I'm sure it is. A couple things you got to deal with, huh? A couple different people.
Couple.
I mean, I signed up with it, but it's like, wanted to do this to make life easier. You know what I mean? Get a little help. So we would like to get a little help. We're the only show really that was competing against these behemoths who had like billions, if not trillions of dollars behind them with an entire army of lawyers and this and production and roadies and everything you need pretty much to the show. We were somehow ending up competing with these people, which is an incredible honor, thrill, all those things. But also, you run into some things through the year where it's like, boy, this would be much easier if I didn't have to fucking deal with Brett Favre right now.
Yep.
Boy, this would be much easier if I didn't have to deal with the NFL saying, you can't use our graphics, but you can use our videos. It'd be a lot easier if I didn't have to deal alongside ZD Baby and anybody else that knows anybody with booking somebody every fucking morning. It's like, okay, we'll go to a network, we'll do this whole thing. Now we're at the stage where we've been very thankful with how ESPN has treated us since we've made the deal. But there's this layer of people at ESPN right about here, you know. There's people here we good with.
Yep.
We real good with.
Yeah.
Then there's people here, just at every department that have, you know. Well, I don't think I fully, can't just say immediately, doesn't matter if you but because, you know, have to establish a working relationship with those people. But we're talking to some dinosaurs in a few different departments. And boy, I'm about done with that. I'm excited. I'm excited for this to kind of be over with. The amount of Zooms that I've sat in where I don't want to say my blood starts boiling, but it really, I mean, why am I talking?
So much wasted time in there in Zoom. Like someone just goes on and on. Like, all right, what do we, like this could be, this is so inefficient.
Yeah, but also like, if I'm not in there, the decision that's going to get made about whatever is going to be made by those people. So,
oh yeah, I know you have to be. That's what sucks, that you have to be there because things like that there's big decisions being made. But it's like this could just expedite the process, man.
But the good news is, in every single department, we've met allies, and we have allies. It's just picking through all the. Well, actually, and then it's like, all right, here we fucking go. Here's a 35-minute conversation about how that's not real, what you're saying right there, and here we go. But everybody wants to win in the end, which is good news.
That's what matters.
That's all that matters. Everybody wants to win. Some people, I think, are actively working against ESPN currently, but most people want to win, which is good news for the future. But I'm excited for September 7th to come.
Oh, yeah.
When we launch, because all these decisions have to be made by then, and there's no hypothesizing of potential issues that we got to beat about, you know? Well, what happens if? It's like, is that going to happen? You never know.
Could.
It's like, all right, well, I appreciate the fact that your job is to spend all day thinking of ways that this will get fucked up. And I appreciate the fact that we have to talk about a hypothetical that could potentially take place. This is like whenever somebody has a dream about somebody and they carry the dream into real life about what is happening. That's kind of a lot of these conversations that are taking place. Well, what happens when blah, blah, blah? It's like, is that going to happen? It could. It's like, all right.
Got to think about it.
All right, here we
Yes,
go.
we will.
So I appreciate everybody. I do. Some of them I don't, and they know it. The people, I'm excited to get out of this seat, too. The one that I have to be the.
Yeah.
I'm the bearer of bad news every time. Every time. Yeah. Not doing that. Can't. Nope. That's not how it's going to go. This guy's a fucking asshole. Probably the people on the other side are saying. But this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do to get anything done, it feels like. And I'm excited to launch on September 7th. I'm thankful for the people that are in actual important positions for having the faith in us. And then September 8th, we're in Tuscaloosa. September 11th, the Jets and the Bills play in New York. I mean, let's go. It's about to be a hell of a start here, pal. It's about to be a hell of a start.
Yep.
Obviously, College Game Days this weekend. We're live in Charlotte for the Carolina Bowl. North Carolina takes on South Kakalaka. That should be a blast. We'll be live on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Wednesday, no show because it's the final check of everything. People love checks.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of checks.
We need to have some rehearsals, too. We need to have multiple rehearsals.
Oh, buddy. I mean, those things have been pitched numerous times. And the hilarious, nah.
What are we talking about?
Can't do it. Sorry.
That'd be awesome. Can you imagine if we tried a rehearsal?
Bro, imagine being on the other side, okay? These people have been doing something the same exact way for 30 years.
Yes.
And they got me in a tank top and a Zoom going, nah, not even thinking about doing that.
Nope.
They just, their mind just has to absolutely get blown. But then a lot of them have kind of come around. But there's still some people actively working against us, and I know who you are.
I will find you.
And I will remember it. Okay? I will remember it. So we're off on Wednesday so we can get one final check on the connection. I'm not even going to get into it. We have 4 internet fibers coming into this building now.
It's absurd.
4 of them.
We could launch a
Pretty
SpaceX rocket from the backyard.
Zito just said there's one more coming on the way, too.
There you go.
Sick.
So I
What are these,
appreciate that.
all redundancy, like in case they go out? What is that?
Yeah, well, ours has a double redundancy, and then theirs is going to have a triple redundancy. Which,
Whoa.
once again, we appreciate immensely that is how you're thinking. But by doing so, it feels like you're potentially wasting a lot of time and energy. It's not ours. It's theirs.
Right.
But just doesn't feel like it's an efficient move, but I appreciate it. So, for instance, we have one company, 2 fibers in here. Different sides of the building. That's with 2 companies we have that. So 2 companies, we have 4 fibers coming in here. And then we just added another company that I didn't even know had service here into this building. And I'm sure it'll just all work out.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they'll just, and then Zito just said a little bit more elaboration here. One company has 2 fibers going into the same exact spot. So same company, same fiber going into the exact same spot. So if this one doesn't work, I don't know. I didn't start the internet like Al Gore.
Sure.
I think this one's probably
safe to assume
not going to work either.
Yeah.
But we got it there, just in case we need it. So I do appreciate
Just in case.
Just in case we need it. So then we're back first day, Thursday. I think we have a massive guest on that Thursday. Just one of them. Who knows who else we'll have. But we're trying to really swing for the fences on that day. I don't even want to put it out publicly to put a little public pressure because it has not been confirmed. But it's a big name. This would be the largest guest we have.
What realm of the world or what sphere?
Football.
Okay.
And we don't want to say
Don't do
anything
it,
either
AJ.
because anytime that we have said, like, this person's going to be on this day, they don't come on.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah, even with like Rappaport, who used to be a regular.
Exactly. Guy we used to know.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody.
You didn't have to start a
Then we're
show.
live in Tuscaloosa. Then game day in Tuscaloosa, hopefully, we assume.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And then we got simulcast on Saturday night, and then we got the first NFL Sunday.
Oh, baby.
How about that?
Let's go. Let's have
Touchdown parlays.
fun. Billy Walters said, you're a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard what Billy said, but I'm not going to listen to him in that aspect. And I also have to, check out the book.
There's a chance.
Check out the book.
Hey, we didn't check out the book yet. We will dive into the book, I assume, at some point. And I think Tone has started reading the book.
He's in the book.
I've highlighted chapters, yeah.
Tone has read the book because it's his profession. But I pitched to Billy Walters, how about a pick each week? And he immediately said, I don't think so. We have gotten a follow-up. Maybe.
Well, now that you mention it.
Maybe. We
Okay,
might get
Bill.
Billy Walters, fucking Lolita Player of the Week.
Could you imagine if we get a Talkate, Locate from Billy Walters? Yeah, it's happening potentially.
That's why you are who you are.
That's why you got to send out a little, that's why the wild request asking for Waddle, it's like, wild. What's so fucking wild about asking
Just
for
a
the
request. What is worst they can say? No.
Bingo, yeah. Wild would be, we want Vic Fangio, Tyreek Hill, and we'd like Tua to back up Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
That would be a wild request. But, let's get to a break. We're back on the other side. I mean, I cannot handle, it.
Yeah,
All
I
of
hear you. Hear you.
I cannot handle all of it.
I mean, believe me, I was so irrationally pissed off about that Noah Lyles world champion thing. Sometimes there's just stuff that gets
You
said.
were.
Irrationally mad.
Like, shoot,
Very
man.
upset.
Shoot pissed off.
Because you came into me, you came in and you were like, what is this guy fucking talking about? I'm like, well, they've been saying this for a long time. Like, they say the NFL is not an actual world championship because you're just in the NFL. Who? I'm like, people have been saying it for a long time. I haven't seen it. It's no allow shit. He's like mad.
Yes.
Walks out of the room.
Yeah,
I love that.
He walked out of the room sweating. He walked out of the room. Track guy saying the fucking.
I got that mad about when Aaron was like, Mekhi Becton just needed love. Okay, he just needed love, and now he's gonna be a great player. All right.
He was the one that, to be fair, he was the one that had a false start also.
And he was about to yell at him, and they said, "Oh, what's Mekhi? I need to give him love."
I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this because this isn't our show. But it has become kind of a character.
Uh-oh.
You know that turtle-looking fella that's been in politics for a long time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Who?
I guess he froze again at the podium.
This one was
Mitch? No.
This one was actually kind of sad.
What's his name?
This one's
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell. This one's sad.
This is brutal.
Listen, I honestly believe
Is that a screenshot?
that
or?
speaking,
He freezes.
that's just a new way to describe something. Hey, this politician who is supposed to be like a great speaker, that's what politics is speaking and getting things done, freezes again. So we don't know if his whole body locked up or just his mouth, if he was just staring there blankly through something. And I don't know how the last one happened, but I do know this. Hey, smart people, figure the fuck out.
Figure it out.
What are we doing? We got people that are in positions of power that just...
Yeah, might be time for old Mitch to step down.
Yes. When? 20 years ago?
I mean, Jesus Christ, pal.
Squeezing the life out of his
This
lips.
guy's making real decisions. Somebody tell me. Just educate me, doofus.
Shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, I mean,
That guy makes decisions?
Yeah. The guy's like,
Hey, smart people, I'm sick of it.
What is
I am sick of it.
He's 95 years old. He should be in a goddamn retirement home.
Is it a stroke? What is it, though?
Yeah, they're saying seizure or something like that, yeah.
Stop trotting him out there.
Yeah,
Christ.
exactly.
Jeez.
I saw
Why even put him out there?
I saw an anyone under 80 2024 political shirt, and I think I might get that one.
Bro, come on, dude. You smart people are supposed to have it all figured out. And then you guys trot out whatever you guys as leaders are, and it's like, these people can't even speak.
It's ridiculous.
If Roger Goodell had any of those moments, what? That's the meritocracy that is the NFL.
Exactly.
If Roger Goodell had that, everybody that is in the NFL, every fan, every media person would be like, get him the fuck away from our league.
See ya.
See ya. Get him out of here. In politics, they're like, it was 2 times in 90 years. Sue him.
McConnell's as sharp as a tack.
Sue him. It's like, this guy's making actual decisions for me? Why are we... Where's he from, Kentucky?
I believe so, yeah.
So he's not doing anything for me, right?
I think he's.
I don't think so.
Does he do anything?
Is he like
Not
leader
for-
of the Senate or?
Does anybody do anything over there?
Yeah, I don't know.
No. My bad. No, now they're going to give him, they're going to show you videos of him, doing a backflip, wakeboarding or something, just to show how spry he is.
Put him on a bike. See if he can get off that thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, and that's why this isn't that bad. Because, I mean, he's just talking to a group of people. At least he's not falling asleep in front of a bunch of people who just lost loved ones. You know?
Well,
could be worse.
Let's get to a break. I seen a guy say, fuck you, Joe Biden.
Who said that?
Some guy from Hawaii.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's not.
Much mono.
There was no mono. There's no mono lost.
Yeah, Houston was probably upset.
They were not happy.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them saying that.
Hey, heavy is the head, I guess, but if those heads can't put words together, maybe we take the crown off of their heads.
Feels right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's only 81. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think he's got another 10 or 20 years in him.
Mitch?
Of life or of power?
Power.
Yeah, well, which number life is this for him?
That guy's got 81 ponies under the hood.
Yeah.
Okay?
He does.
He's got a lot of horsepower. Kentucky. That was good.
Peel that skin back.
60 pounds of poop in his depends, too.
Yep.
Yeah, so what does he go out? So this guy's going out there pooping his pants, standing out there saying, this is what we're going to do, and then walk away. That's his life every day?
Pretty much.
A successful operation there
Yep.
was him sitting there with that lady holding him up, saying what America needs to do. The
I
fuck,
mean, that.
bro?
You think they're going to deem that a successful press conference? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
might
saying,
break that one
I'm
up.
saying if there was a success.
Yeah.
Like, what was the successful operation there? And then
To be fair, Joe Pa dumped his pants as well during the game.
That's different.
He was
That's
also-
the
He's
heat
up
of
in the
battle.
booth.
Uh-huh.
He was too old
No,
to
he
be
was
out
on the
there
field.
too.
He scurried off the field.
He can coach the hell out of a 3 technique, too. I mean,
Yeah, but he also ran. Remember when he pooped?
Yeah.
He had knee drive arm swing after
Right.
he
Yeah.
pooped.
He did. Like Tom Cruise out there with turds floating down his legs.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell's not coming out after this and doing like a Busta Rhymes verse.
No.
You know, to showcase
They
that he
might.
still
You
got
never
it.
know.
Yeah.
You should.
You never know.
I saw him on the internet. Yeah, but didn't miss it.
Yeah, Busta still got it.
Crazy.
No flub.
Send it.
How's he doing that?
He's different.
Legit, even with a little moxie. I'm like, you got to get winded, bro. He's got to be 50, 60 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Big lungs.
That's what I'm talking about.
60-something.
Really?
So the way Busta speaks, okay, is how our politicians should be able to speak.
Take note.
That's what you are. You're a professional fucking speaker.
Yeah.
And we got this guy doing this. Hope he's okay. It doesn't look like it.
No.
We didn't cause it. I apologize. I didn't even know he existed until the first
There's
time.
no way he wants to go up in front of microphones, right? You think he wants to do that again? I wouldn't.
All this guy's thinking about is when he's getting his next cup of applesauce and when he can go to sleep. That's all he gives a shit about.
Jeez, you got to be exhausted.
Don't be such an ageist.
Well, I'm just saying.
There's
Jesus
Ovaltine
Christ.
in there, okay, for this guy.
Well, yeah, you're right. Werther's Originals.
Metamucil.
Chocolate
And
chip, chocolate chip.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with olds. Okay, I was never really around olds. My grandparents basically all passed away whenever I was young, so I've never been around old people. I'm sure that if you get into a conversation with the right old people, the amount of stories and tales that they have from living through so much would be remarkable. I got a chance to meet Sam, my wife's grandma, and like listening to her speak. Her husband was in the Air Force, I do believe, flew like a dog.
Beast. Yeah.
This guy's like a dog. Listening to her speak, like the story she tells, and I'll explain a situation, and she'll have like a metaphor for my situation about it, and I'm like, man, that is amazing. But with that being said, if you can't speak and you can't operate as a human, why are you in the most powerful position?
Yeah.
That feels like that is what our politics is now.
Can't be making decisions for other people.
Yeah. I don't need, if you want to inspire me, sweet. You want to tell me something cool, but also, please step away from the podium.
Now.
But they'll get voted back in, right? Just because it's like.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know.
He's a legend down there.
Kentucky.
That one was for the guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitchie.
This one's for Mitch.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Mitch, hell of a
can
run.
still dunk. He can still dunk, I heard.
Yeah, that's why he got voted in.
2 foot. He goes 2 foot, drop step, boom.
Calipari recruited him.
I actually think he actually uses those Dunkaroos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dunkaroos.
Oh, those were so good.
Love me.
He's happy. Look at that. That's official portrait. He took that 2016. That's 7 years ago. That's what he looked like.
Yeah, it looks like an old turtle.
That's 4 years of COVID in between.
Yeah.
Mitch still had his fastball back then.
Still does. Sharpest attack. Remember, that's what his people said.
That's right.
Jeez Louise. And then the president.
Have you guys seen my apple juice?
Yeah, I don't know the politics world well enough. I don't know who this person is. I don't follow it closely enough, but I do know y'all motherfuckers seem to be very inept. All of you. So let's get that figured out.
Yeah.
Smart people.
Please.
Smart people.
Figure it out.
All right, we're back on the other side with an incredibly intelligent guy who I'm assuming has some thoughts on what we just talked about there.
Yeah.
We will steer away from that. We will keep it into the college football world. The General's Top 5, first edition, will be on the other side of this break. I can't wait to hear who he has in his top 5 of college football. I assume I know one of them.
I think so.
For sure.
I assume the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to be in this list. Where does the General have them? Who does he have the other 4 as? I can't wait to start a ride with this man for the rest of the season. Be a friend, tell a friend. Something nice. If you can. You know, if you can speak,
True.
tell them something nice. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
write a note. Write a note if you can't speak clearly.
Maybe that's what they all need to start doing. Not speaking today. How come? Actually, taking out the quill.
You think their handwriting is legible?
Well, when they get that quill.
They should sign. They should sign.
Or just sign something, yeah.
Take 5. Obviously, this is a conversation starter for everybody when they're talking about the dynasty, and there's still Raiders fans that are pissed off about this. Here's the game plan. Go out there in the middle of a snowstorm and make a kick that you're not supposed to make at all from 45 yards.
This is the Patriots season on the line.
Do you remember this moment right here in your head? Were you scared to death? Were you fucking pumped?
I would say I was probably more scared to death as I'm watching the Tuck Rule review and realizing, holy shit, we get the ball back. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's coming all down to you, man.
This will be a 45-yard attempt. That's Vinatieri's luck from this distance of late.
Once I got out on the field, I really had 3 thoughts. First and foremost, try to attack the ball, but stay light on your feet. Just like anybody, you're running on ice. If your cleats don't stick, you're falling on the ground, and then the ball's going to end up hitting your center right in the back of the head. I wasn't thinking about missing 4 of the last 5, if that's truly what was going on. For me, it was all about, hey, you know, these guys aren't going to be able to get a good rush. Get it straight and get it above the line of scrimmage. And thank goodness, as it left, and I saw that they didn't block it, then it was all about, I don't know if it's going to have enough distance in this snow, you know, let's hope for the best. And I really didn't know until the referees at the back of the end zone raised their hands. I couldn't really see it. I couldn't tell if it was good or not.
Hell yeah, because it's a snow globe. What a kick. What a moment. Obviously, that would go on to launch a dynasty that the NFL will never see again or before. What a kick. What a moment. Here's an overtime. You got to make another one.
Substantially easier kick. Not just because of the distance, but we called a timeout. We cleaned a bunch of ground. This is the one time that a coach actually icing me probably benefited us, right? Because it gave my offensive lineman with the big size 16 cleats to get out there and move a little bit more ground. And, you know, not to say a game winner's ever easy, but this one compared to the one quarter before that was substantially different.
So you're coming out here sighing a little bit of relief. Oh, thank God. I can see the ground. I'm not going to fall.
Right.
We've already done this. This is no problem.
Tied.
and then you murder that ball dead center. And then obviously in the Super Bowl, you have like a 49-yarder that you hit at the top of the upright. Couldn't have been a better ball, I don't think. You hit it cleaner. You have something inside of you, okay, that not a lot of people have. And Joe Burrow seemingly is a guy that has it. What is that?
I would love to tell you that I was born with, or I developed the ability to, be a clutch under pressure. I do think that there's certain people that are born with the want or the ability to say, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Mariano Rivera. These guys and ladies are the type of people that go, I want the game coming down to me. I want to be the reason, LeBron, I want to be the reason why we win or lose. I was kind of that same person, playing soccer as center midfield, and in baseball, I either wanted to pitch or catch. I'd leave it there. I know what you're thinking. Knock it off. I know you. Anyway, but I always wanted to, be in the middle of the game and be the reason why. So once I get to football, obviously 59 minutes of the game, I'm standing on the sideline, but I guess this is the one opportunity that I can put exclamation on the game or the icing on the cake or whatever you want to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with the dog mentality, Paisano, Coach Sirianni. Yes. You're fucking awesome, dude. Did you ever feel any pressure that you were going to have to change and adapt to being a head coach and speaking in the same bullshit ways that every other head coach talks in?
Some of the best advice I got was be yourself, because if you're not yourself, everyone's going to see through it.
The messaging is the same. You're just doing it in your own way, and I think that's the most important part. And being authentic, you're 100% right. As you were saying, if I wasn't me, everybody would tell the fucking locker room immediately going to be like, well, this guy, he's a stooge. There's another coach that wants to talk to you. Coach Sirianni, your question for Coach Sirianni.
I feel like I know you just as good as I know myself.
What is it about Jalen, you think, from your point of view, last year to this year, that is like cementing him as a guy that people are talking about? This motherfucker might win the MVP.
Well, I know which one thing you want me to say. He's a dog.
Yeah! Yeah!
He's a dog!
Yeah! Fucking dog!
Do you maybe want to play best 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, coach first coach?
You're there forever, huh? Like, you have to have that mindset as the head coach. Like, do you feel like you're the perfect head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it feels like the team is the perfect representative of the city of Philadelphia. And I might be wrong. I'm from Pittsburgh, so the Johns are going to judge me for that.
I love the passion of the city and how much they care about football, because I care about football. I love football. I don't have a lot of hobbies. My biggest hobby is football.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What you got?
Scissors. Yeah, the same person.
Okay.
We both threw scissors.
Dog mentality really is to be in the moment that you're in now and not worry about what happened in the past, not worry about what's going to happen in the future. It's all about our process and about being here today to make sure we're about to go 1-0 this week. That's it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ooh, okay. I definitely got Jason Kelce the kegs of beer. I was just trying to sweeten the deal of him coming back. As long as I'm the football coach here, I want him here, so I'm ready to give as many kegs of beer to him next year and the year after that and the year after that, because that guy is a dog.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Man.
We are getting our ass kicked in this preseason game. Belichick is taking it to us. It's halftime, and we are getting booed like you've never been. I was like,
paper,
rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh, I think you might have rock there, but hey.
You got no idea what I'm going to do, because you're like, there's no way he's throwing scissors again. Come on, baby. I got a damn flower thrown at me. Right? A flower chucked down. We lost to the Chargers. Boom, flower chucked down.
Hey, how's your little manure settling in? That's literally what that John said as they were throwing that John at you. They were like, how's the manure and how's the flowers coming, coach?
Hey, this is game 7 here. Rock, paper,
scissors, shoot.
Scissors again. He threw scissors again, so did I. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you guys are the same. Come on, hey, this is for 15 or 10.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! Dog mentality.
I got dog mentality, coach. What can I tell you?
Hey,
What?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this holy shit. The General has given us his first top 5 Wednesday. August 30th, 2023. Hour 3 of the program starts now. Football is happening in a beautiful fashion. Obviously, college football kicked off week 0 this past weekend. We got week 1 this week. Big time games. We got big time games and game days here. There's a lot of news coming out of college football. That's college football national champion AJ Hawk. The Toxic Tables here at Bosa Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. 14-year NFL vet and former number 6 overall pick, Pac-Man Jones is here. And joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this season, start a new segment that I think we're really going to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some things, we say this often, are for the people that are watching. And we're very appreciative of the people that watch. We're very thankful for the people that have gotten us to a point in which, as a team together, including them, we are now changing sports media as a complete whole. I have no clue about the conversations I'm having behind closed doors, but when they make a documentary about all this shit, about 20 to 30 years from now, looking back on it, the people that have helped us get to this point, the people that have watched along, should take great pride and ownership in the fact that I think we're doing something really awesome together right now that is going to change a lot of shit. And we like to do things for that more often than not.
Right.
This one's for us.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first edition of the General's Top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for General Bob Carpenter.
Yeah, General!
Okay, Meathead Radio, I love it. That's you and Schlags. How often are we on? When can we hear Meathead Radio, the General? Bob, you look fantastic.
Oh, Meathead Radio, it's coming at you, XM84. We're on Tuesday, Friday, and a bunch of Thursdays as well. So juiced up to get and be a part of that. And, you know, Pat brings some of talk about the inside run game, talk about hammering, stuff that AJ used to do, go up and hitting those fullbacks and just blast them, trying to knock their head off a little bit. That's what it's all about.
I don't think right now anybody could knock your head off. The jawline is defined. The neck is massive. I see you're on the road to 30 pull-ups. Is that what we got going on right now?
I mean, Coach, that's the goal. I mean, I looked back a long time ago. I think AJ and I were probably around 27, 28 when we were playing. Now, granted, that was about 20 pounds ago. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get to 30. I'm about 20 pounds down. I got on the bar, do pull-ups a handful of times a day, and then I started doing it every day, 2 max-out sets. And I've topped out at about 23 right now, and I'm still trying to work up there, trying to get to 30, because I make my kids do push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups every night. Like, we're going to grind a little bit. We're going to get strong. We're going to get good muscular base. And they're like, Dad, how many can you do? All right, well, they want to bow up on the old man. Old man's got to get up there and show what he can do a little bit.
How much do you weigh?
About 238 on a good day,
So
245 on a bad day.
That is so heavy. You have long-ass arms, too. You're like a fucking ape. I've been watching that. You and AJ both are built like that. That is a long way. Good luck. I'm going to put that into my routine every single morning in the Hawk House in honor of you and feel like I am potentially becoming something that Bobby Carpenter would appreciate. Now,
well,
go ahead.
I was inspired because when I saw the quote that the pull-ups are the squat of the upper body by someone you may know, I kind of inspired me to kind of go all in. I'm going to be honest with you.
AJ, you said that on this show. Is that an AJ Hawk original?
Nope, I stole that from somebody. But yeah, I agreed. I heard it, and it clicked right away.
Are you doing pull-ups every morning, AJ, down there in your basement all by yourself at 5 a.m.?
I'm kind of like Bob. I like to do pull-ups throughout the day. I like to have a couple different setups.
Oh, so walking through the house, fuck right here, got it.
Dips too. I got a new dip bar too. So everyone's doing dips now in the basement.
Okay, when I dip, you dip. We dip when we're in the basement. But you're not just dipping in the basement. You're dipping everywhere else. Or are you only doing pull-ups around the house as well?
Pull-ups around the house. Dips are only in the basement, unfortunately.
Are you grabbing like the edge of like you know when you got to do like one of these numbers here?
Like Alex Honnold. Yeah, you got to do Alex Honnold pull-ups.
Well, then you got to just be facing death at every single one.
5,000.
He doesn't have the
Hanging by
medulla.
your fingertips.
He doesn't have the medulla oblongata, right? That's the thing.
That's right.
That gives you the emotion to feel stuff.
Yeah, missing it.
Alacano doesn't have the medulla oblongata. That's what I've learned, right?
Either that or the amygdala.
I think it was the amygdala.
Yeah, there it is. You get it.
What's the difference?
Great handshake. Alacano, great handshake.
Strong forearm.
Oh, my God.
Don't doubt it.
Adrian Peterson and Alacano need to have a fucking handshake thing to the death. Just see how it goes. I think that Honnold guy might be able to get him. General, let's dive right into this. Okay, every week we're going to have the General's Top 5. We got a graphic made for it and everything. I mean, look at this.
Ooh.
Do you like this? Do you like
That's
this?
looking good. I like it.
Okay, we got your AC company in the back. Obviously, we got you with your war cap on whenever you're fighting against the Big Ten, which was the first big conference during COVID. It said, we're not going to play. And you said, oh, is that right? Well, we're not going to take that. And you rounded up the troops, went to Chicago, and were picketing outside of Kevin Warren's office and brought football back. Now, there was a political campaign where somebody said, I say football. But we all know who did. It was the General Bob Carpenter. And then you with the American flag as a Buckeye. This is a beautiful graphic Dirty put together. Are you okay with this as we go forward?
I mean, Coach, it has the Ohio State Buckeyes, but most importantly, it has America. Because if you're not American, then I don't think you'd be watching this show, Pat. So this is what we're all about here. We just watched Band of Brothers this summer with the kids. Like, we're all about infusing patriotism into our house.
Okay, I appreciate that. I will say, pretty international program here on YouTube, but I do appreciate everything we got cooking here with the General's Top 5. Let's dive into it. This is your show. We might interrupt. We might ask some questions, but we're hoping that this becomes the gospel for college football rankings. The floor is yours, General.
All right, Coach, so I got my top 5 that we're going to go with. And then I wanted to find like a dark horse, but no one likes the term dark horse. So I want to find we'll call my Vince Carter riser, someone that can come out of nowhere and just put one down on you at the end of the season. So kind of lurking outside. So we're going to start with the top 5 first. We're going to start, and this is not besmirching this team because I know a lot of people on game day picked them to win the SEC, be in the national championship. Nick Saban has done a great job at Alabama. But I think they're the 3rd best team right now in the SEC, whether it's Jaden Milroe, Ty Simpson, Tyler Buckner. They've got some issues at the quarterback position. And the thing is, Nick Saban could always coach his way around every other school in the SEC. But now there's some other cats on the block. Kirby Smart's there. You got Brian Kelly. So I'm looking at Bama as my number 5 school.
Seems like you just gave away a couple of the other schools that are going to be in this top 5, but I am excited about that. I love this take by you. I was one of the people, though, that had Alabama going on a run. And the only reason why we're doing that is because we just assume Saban ain't going to let this shit fly. He's not going to go peacefully into the night. Did that weigh on you at all, put him at 5 or ranking him how you rank him?
Believe me, he's the best coach in college football history. It came into it immensely, but for a long time, and he was the king. He had the best players, and he was the best coach. And I'm going to tell you, you don't add a quarterback after spring ball unless you watched spring ball and said, we need a quarterback, and they still hadn't figured it out yet. So maybe it's Jalen Milroe, and he does a great job. But there's going to be some growing pains, and their schedule is tough, and I don't think this is going to be as quite as easy a path as it's been for them in the past.
Who do you got at number 4, General?
All right, number 4, we're going to go right down the road. I mentioned Brian Kelly. I thought it would take him a little bit longer. Last year, they were ahead of schedule. The LSU Tigers are coming in at number 4. They've got a returning quarterback in Jaden Daniels. They're a very, very talented squad. We're going to find out about them this weekend. I mean, they might go from number 4 to number 2, or they might fall out a little bit depending what happens because they're playing Florida State, who I think is really stinking good. And keep in mind for this guy, you may not know about him, Harold Perkins. He's an outside linebacker, kind of a rush dude. He reminds me a lot of Micah Parsons. Not quite as tall, but a dude that can really mix it up, and they're going to need him to play big. But I'm telling you, LSU has always had talent. My brother played for Brian Kelly at Cincinnati. He worked for him at Notre Dame. Like, the dude's a heck of a football coach. He may not be the warmest personality. He may have some quirky stuff when he gets in front of folks, but the dude can coach some football.
Go ahead, AJ. What do you think about Brian Kelly having a number 4 ranked team in the country in General's eyes just this quickly into his LSU tenure?
I mean, I'm curious, Bob, what do like the other pundits around college football? Do they have LSU this high, or a lot of them have them, I would guess, a little farther back?
So here's the thing. Like, Saban's always been able to dominate.
They should watch.
Whoa. Well, they used to always dominate the SEC West because he was a better coach and had better players. LSU has been right there with talent, but BK is a heck of a coach. And so a lot of people have them right around the same place. And you know what? To me, I'm going to give it to LSU. They've got the returning quarterback.
They were on a run last year. LSU was on a real run last year, and then they lost Texas A&M, I think, or something, a week before
the season.
The SEC championship, because there was a chance they were going to get
playoff.
They were going to really sneak
Daniels
in.
got hurt, and he couldn't play, or he did play in the SEC championship, and then the backup came in. Yeah.
And another year of Brian Kelly and his family around the LSU program and their culture growing. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. Now, I still have Alabama over LSU. Who do you have at number 3?
All right, number 3, we are going to go to the Big Ten. We're going to go up north. And I know a lot of people in Buckeye land may not like this pick, but listen, Jim Harbaugh's been fantastic. They've done a good job. They're back-to-back Big Ten champs. They got J.J. McCarthy coming back. Now, I know that Harbaugh's suspended for the first couple games.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to matter. They got ECU to open up the season in a very soft non-conference schedule. So with the run game that they have, I think they're going to be fine, leaning into Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. They'll be all right.
Yeah, but what about him not coaching?
That's
That was a baseball bat to the shins. He
Yeah.
said, he said, listen, I think I broke my arm one time. I missed 6 games. He said, other time I had a shoulder. Maybe I missed 2 games. He said, but telling me I got to miss 3 straight games, people are saying it's a slap on the wrist. You might as well just fucking punch me right in the face 100 times. I got to miss 3 games, football game. What a consummate football human being, football guy through and through. And they're saying that it's not going to be a big deal with him being gone. Who cares, Bob?
Well, listen, I mean, he's having his dad coach. I think his brother John is coming in to coach Labor Day. The Ravens are off, and he's got the whole crew taking care of this, doing whatever he can. They're mixing this thing up. They're going to stir the pot a little bit. Listen, it sucks. Every coach wants to be out there coaching, but you know what? You look at the schedule, they should be just fine, Pat.
AJ, they lost to TCU, lost by 55 in the college football playoff. Ipso facto, are they in trouble?
I don't know. What, Bob, you think they're going to be able to continue to run all over people?
Jesus.
I think they'll be able to run the football.
Bob's a college football expert.
Joe Moore Award, too. They got it, I think, up there, right?
Their offensive line has been tremendous. They've been pounding the rock. And
how's their defense, Bob?
Well, TCU, they kind of outsmarted themselves, man. If they would have lined up, ran the football, they would have been fine. They started getting some weird stuff going on. Like, they should have just stuck with what had got them there, which is what they'll do all year in the Big Ten, and they'll be all right. Like, their offensive line is really good, and their defense is stout.
Okay, it all comes down to that final game, pretty much in the Big Ten, it feels like, even though Ryan Day's like, do we have to? I mean, with the way things are going, maybe we play a little earlier in the season. Who's number 2, General Bob Carpenter?
All right, back-to-back defending national champions. They lost. Well, listen, they lost their guy. They've lost a lot. They still got Kirby Smart. We'll see what Carson Beck can ultimately do. But I've got the Georgia Bulldogs sitting there at number 2. And, Pat, if for no other reason other than this, I'm a big fan of history. No team has won 3 straight national championships in the AP era. You have to go back to the 30s with Minnesota when they won it before the AP was actually voting. It is incredibly difficult to string together 3 consecutive seasons of greatness without faltering. They don't have the toughest schedule. You got Tennessee on there. They're going to have to face the SEC West champ, whether it be Bama. I think it'll be LSU. But it will be a hard road. It's not a question of who is if they'll lose, but kind of maybe who will pick them off, because at some point you're going to have a down game.
That doesn't. You hear Kirby Smart talking in the locker room?
Oh, I've heard him. Listen, keep in mind, if they would have had Adam Vinatieri kicking for the Ohio State Buckeyes last year, the Buckeyes would have been pushing through that game. Maybe Pat McAfee on the hold, getting that thing down, laces out, Dan, and we would have been good.
I'll tell you what, it would have been a great conversation, me and Vinatieri jogging on the field for that particular case in Georgia.
Oh, man.
In Atlanta. Long ball. 52, I think. What was it? 52, 53? How long was it?
I thought it was 40.
No, it was 50.
49. It was a very makeable kick. It was tough, but makeable, indoors, climate control.
Yeah.
Bob, we were doing a simulcast, and right before he kicks it, I said, if this kid makes this is one of the greatest kicks of all time. It just felt like everything was kind of stacked.
So loud.
So loud.
On the hash. It was a 50.
50-yarder, so far away. I mean, we were standing right under the hoop, or right under the goalpost, obviously. Yeah. And it's just like, could barely see the kid. His body language jogging on. It's like, this guy.
Oh, no chance.
If you make this, you got to be a stone cold killer to make this kick right here. And he didn't. But you go watch the national championship, you can see how Ohio State Buckeye fans are thinking to themselves, wait a minute, what are we even talking about? Which I assume leads us to number 1, even though we just found out who the quarterback is today.
That's right.
Number 1 in your rankings, I'd assume, unless Bob's going real heel in the Buckeye State.
No. We're going to go with them because they should have pulled out that game. They played well enough to win. A guy who you're familiar with, his son plays wide receiver for the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's Marvin Harrison Jr. They are number 1. And I'll tell you this, Pat, his dad is a Hall of Famer. And I will say this today on here, and we can pull the tapes 20 years from now when you're doing that biopic about how Pat McAfee and the whole crew changed sports medium.
Hell yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. will be a better player than his father. And that is saying a lot given the fact that his dad is a Hall of Famer and one of the best wide receivers ever to play the game. The dude is relentless. He catches more balls every single day than anyone I've ever seen. We used to watch this show. I know AJ's seen it. called Larry Bird, a basketball legend. They talk about him just shooting balls in the rain every day, getting like 1,000 shots up. They have this deal called the Monarch. It's like an automatic ball feeder. It's like some sort of, you don't push it, Pat, it's a computer. It's like a robot. It basically is a quarterback now. It'll drop the ball in, angles, everything else. It could probably hunt you as a human. I mean, it'll shoot a ball at you and kill you.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's why I'm happy we got that.
Need to get one.
Need to keep it on our side.
Marvin keeps it happy. He buys it whatever it needs, but he's out there every day on that thing. I walk in the Woody, without a doubt. Marvin's out there catching balls by himself with somebody else. He is the most dynamic player I've seen. I'm going to say he's the best player in college football. I talked to some of the scouts at the pro day. I go, what'd you grade him? They're like, gave him a perfect, like best player I've ever scouted. He has no weaknesses. Dude's an unbelievable human on top of being a great player. He's the type of guy you want. He's the leader. He's who Kyle McCord is going to be thrown to. And they have an improved defense. Our guy James Laurinaitis is back, all-time leading tackler in Rams history to help coach the linebackers. So I feel much better about that defense. And I'm feeling good about this situation.
I didn't know that linebacker room had the all-time leading tackles in 2 different franchises. Sure. I mean, that is incredible to think about, that group that you guys of just meatheads. But let's get back to Ohio State. Your comment about Marvin Harrison Jr. being better than Marvin Harrison, I think Marvin Harrison would want that. That is what his entire goal is. He has been very confident in the work ethic that he has instilled in Marvin Harrison Jr. and giving him the game. Like, hey, this is how you go about doing it. He's very prideful in that. So I think we all watched in awe with that guy with Louis Vuitton cleats on, just taking over the world. Then you hear about his work ethic on the back end, and you think to yourself, this is the perfect scout prospect. You're not worried at all about the new quarterback? He can spin it?
Kyle was his quarterback in high school, Pat. I mean, like, what else you want? I mean, exactly. Think about that for a second. Put that in your mind. All right? He's got his high school quarterback, a guy he's familiar with. I don't know what else you could possibly ask for in a situation like this right now.
Who's the other wide receiver they're saying is better than him?
I don't know if he's better. Emeka Egbuka, who's the number 2 guy on most draft boards right now. Like
Freshman.
Brian Hartline, all he does is recruit 5-stars and turn them into first and second round picks. It's remarkable.
That wide receiver. The freshman wide receiver.
Tate. Oh, Carnell Tate. If you go back, and the best thing, I was watching, I got AJ on it, BS High, where they're talking about Bishop Sycamore. Yeah. He's playing at IMG Academy out there dunking. I'm like, look at my wife and go, that dude's the guy everybody's talking about that might be better than Marvin. Marvin said he might be better than him. Now, I can't believe that yet, but we'll see what happens in the next coming years.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, Bob, you talked about the defense being better in the second year under Jim Knowles, but what about Tommy Eichenberg? Would he have fit in? I mean, he played last year with 2 broken wrists and 2 broken hands, I believe. He would have fit in with the Hawk and General fucking linebacker room?
I love talking to Tommy because Tommy's like talking to AJ, because AJ may talk more to you guys, but back in the day, he would communicate largely with grunts and kind of head nods, things like that. I mean, he's a smart dude, an articulate guy, as you well know, but Tommy loves to lift weights, playing with broken wrists. I mean, AJ tried to fight the trainers to get his helmet back in practice one day. Like, that's a Tommy Eichenberg move right now, if I've ever seen one.
That's the stories that they were telling about AJ whenever they're like, didn't this guy got bad knees? Should we draft him at 5 overall? Well, the trainers told him he had bad knees one time, and it was a Wednesday practice, and he punched him in the face. So this guy loves ball. This guy fucking loves ball. That linebacker room seems to be one of the greatest in the history of college football that you guys were in. I like the fact that you said, hey, Ohio State's number 1, and they're going to have to prove to not be 1 until I see something. Who is the team, though? Who's the Vince Carter riser who's going up over that French guy? Yeah. Right? Had a tough go after he got done. We learned about it. Had a tough go. Who is the Vince Carter riser you think in college football?
So the Vince Carter riser for me, team they're right on the edge of the top 10. No one's really paying attention to them. They were a team without a conference for a while. The Washington Huskies. They got Michael Penix Jr.
10,
he threw for almost 5,000 yards last year. They went on an epic tear. They're under the radar. No one's really talking about them. It's all about USC and Oregon out west. But I'm telling you right now, the Washington Huskies are good. Their defense has improved. And Michael Penix Jr., man, it's like his 6th year in college football. And if you go back, you might remember that COVID year. He was the quarterback for Indiana, stretching on that 2-point conversion right inside the pylon to tuck it in there. He's a big-time player, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Hey, Pac-12 is packed, though. Like, that was my thing about Washington. They forced us to pick a team because I think Washington's actually 10 in one of the rankings. In the ranking we had, they were 10.
In the AP, I think.
And they made us pick a team that's in the top 10 that won't be ranked by the end of the year. And I picked Washington. I feel bad about it. I apologize. I do apologize for it. But also, that Pac-12 is stacked. fucking stacked this year. This is the best it's been in a long time, and it's going to be gone pretty much next season. It's a wild time over there in the West.
You can make an argument the top 4 teams in the Pac-12 with Utah, USC, Oregon, and Washington are as good, if not better, than every other conference's top 4 teams. And they have some nice depth at the top. And the main reason is they have returning quarterbacks at every school. You look at Bo Nix, you look at Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams, my man Cam Rising, who is the all-pro meathead quarterback. Dude hasn't met contacts he didn't like. It might be 1st and 10 in the second quarter, and he's going to put his shoulder down to try to get an extra yard to set up a 2nd and 7 as opposed to a 2nd and 8. So he's knocked himself out a bunch. But if he can stay healthy, Utah's good, Washington's good, Oregon's good.
Notre Dame.
Everyone
They
knows
legit?
about USC.
Yeah, Notre Dame's not top 5 or a riser.
Yeah, where's Notre Dame, Bob?
I like Notre Dame. I got to see a little more, though. They beat up Navy. I don't think Navy's that good. I really like
Can you put the graphic back up?
America, General.
Can you put the whole graphic for this entire thing?
America.
Let me see. Oh, look at this guy.
What's that?
Oh, the Navy stinks.
What's that?
I didn't say the Navy stinks.
Yeah, you did.
Get out of here, man.
Said
Or
Navy.
Army guy.
you did.
Naval Academy. What?
Band of Brothers.
They suck.
This guy can't play football.
Support the
Hey,
troops.
listen, it's the first year in the post-Ken Niumatalolo era. They're working through some things. They'll be better. I love what Sam Hartman can do. I just have to see their receiving core go against some legitimate talent. They got Ohio State, obviously, coming up in a couple weeks. They've got NC State before that, which will give them a little bit of a push. I like Notre Dame. I love Marcus Freeman, also in that linebacker room with A.J. James, Schlegels, and I. So, listen, they've got some opportunity there as well, but they're going to have to prove it to me because they have Ohio State, Clemson, and USC. That's a pretty tough gauntlet to get through.
Yeah, I like Sam Hartman, though, man. 24 years old, seems to have seen it all. How many touchdowns at Wake?
110.
110 tuds. And then now he looks like he's got the Marcus Freeman offense down, and Marcus Freeman obviously loves him, but Notre Dame does have something that every single year it's like, here's Notre Dame again. Here's Notre Dame again. Might be different up there, though, this year.
With Hartman.
Might be different up there with a guy under center. So here is the official top 5, week 1 here for the General. Ohio State, number 1. Georgia, number 2. Michigan, number 3. LSU Tigers at number 4 over Alabama at 5. And look out for Washington, says the General. We appreciate you, boss man.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. Looking forward to doing it every week and getting in studio with you, Pat. We can do the arm wrestling.
Hey, I don't know, bro.
Yep.
I
do the leg wrestling. Do the leg wrestling thing too, where you lay on your back.
Okay, I wouldn't mind doing that one. I'm okay with that one. Okay. That one is right in my bread basket. But I guess if we have to do that, we have to get into your world, which would be don't want to necessarily get in there. But we appreciate you greatly. What's the big game you're looking forward to this weekend? Obviously, the Carolinas are battling. FSU, LSU is on Sunday. I think that's going to be a big time game. Utah State, Iowa. That's a big time game. There's a lot of good ones going on this weekend.
There is the Florida-Utah game is another one that could be pretty good. Utah lost that game last year. Hopefully for them that won't happen again. But I think everybody's looking at Sunday night. Florida State, LSU. Last year that game had massive implications that nobody knew about. This year everybody knows how good these guys are. And that could be a game that whoever wins it, man, sets themselves up real nice, Clark, for the CFP.
Hey, FSU number 8 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Florida State's 8 right now. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their stadium was on fire a few years back.
That's Colorado 20-point dogs.
20 and a half,
TCU.
bro.
Sir.
They said that's going to move late, too, to even more. They think more people are going to jump on TCU.
Okay.
Coach, they got 86 new players. Last year they were maybe the worst team
Isn't
in
that
college
good,
football.
though?
Deion wins. If Deion wins 5 or
transfer.
6 this year, it's the best coaching job in college football.
No, but isn't that a good thing? To AJ's point, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, hey, team stunk. We got a bunch of new guys.
Yeah.
Now, I guess
New
it's
team.
hard to just kind of build that type of thing, but isn't that college football? You got to build up your new team every single year anyways, right?
You got to get it going, but they have a really tough schedule. I mean, you're opening the gate with the team that played in the national championship last year. And that's a non-conference game for you. So nobody's going to – and believe me, here's the other thing, Pat, you know this. When you make a lot of noise, people like to knock you off the hill. So Deion's been talking a lot, and everybody's going to have their full attention each and every week.
I agree. It's going to be must-see TV. I can't wait to see what they do. And I do believe there's going to be some conversations about old TCU Colorado on game day on Saturday.
Okay.
Boy.
West Virginia, Penn State, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that.
7:30 primetime Saturday night. Okay. Catch it on NBC. The Cock, I believe, Peacock. It'll be on there as well. They'll be debuting, I think, their full show with Castle,
Pre-game show.
M. Rob, Maria Taylor, and
Josh Perry.
Josh Perry.
That's right.
Ohio State guy, yeah.
Hope they have a great season. Hey, hope you guys have a good season. It's a long one out there. But how do you feel about that Penn State-West Virginia game? Obviously, I am riding heavy with the Mountaineers. Big time win for us, obviously. But this might be the year that Penn State is really Penn State, right? Isn't this this is a big time year for them if Drew Aller can play a little bit?
That's the key. If Drew Aller can play a little bit, they'll be in a good spot. I mean, Clifford had been there forever, and it was just kind of average. People were thinking Aller, I mean, he's a Cleveland kid. Big time arm. He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen. You watch him play, like he's faster than he looks. He can pick up more ground. He's maybe not the quickest dude, but he can gobble up yards. He's tough, and he has a cannon for an arm. So if the Penn State wide receivers are good, man, they're stout on defense. Their O-line's supposed to be better, and their running backs coming back are really, really nice.
2 running backs almost ran for 2,000 yards last year, both freshmen. Jeez. So I mean, they gotta if they can get past week 1.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a tough test.
It's going to be hard to get past week 1.
Big test.
Did you know that the guy I've been saying is going to run wild isn't even named a starting quarterback yet? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, obviously. I said on fucking game day.
Guy.
I said on game day.
He's going to be the guy.
What if he's not? What if this is like an Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers situation where he's like, I really like this guy, and then they cut him. And I'm like, Garrett Green's about to run wild. And they're like, put that Nico kid.
Yeah, he gets yanked in the first quarter.
Oh, my God.
Possible.
No way.
You didn't see the newsletter?
What's that?
Italy today? They said Nico's not going to go first week at least.
Paisan, grazie, prego. I did not see any of that. Only thing I saw was, is Garrett Green even been named a starter yet? And I did some.
Hold on.
Oh boy. Well, the pressure's on, kid. Got to win and have to. Even if you're not playing.
That's right.
Even if you're not playing. All right. Well, have an incredible season. We appreciate you, General. This was awesome.
Hey, thank you, guys. Have a good one.
I like the Vince Carter riser.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe it's the LeVar Arrington riser. Because you remember when he used to just, at Penn State, he used to jump up over.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has that logo, too. There's a logo of that I think he trademarked.
So maybe we can't then.
Yeah. Put that on there.
Yeah. Somebody's going to sue us. Which is another hypothesized situation that has been popping up in a lot of conversations in these Zoom. What happens if blah, blah, blah? What happens if blah, blah, blah? Well, we had Brett Favre last year. How'd that end up? Good? Perfect. Let's move on.
A win.
Is that still happening, huh, with Shannon?
I think so.
I have no idea.
But there was that recent update to the possible text messages.
Oh, withholding.
Withheld, yeah.
With the discovery process. Interesting.
I think Brett's back in the media, so.
What's that?
I think Brett's back in the media doing shows.
Yeah, Brett's doing that. He's doing a show.
Yeah, with Whitlock.
Whitlock cooked me a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, I was on the receiving end of a Whitlock.
He get you good.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He said I was cheeks pretty much, but in a in a much meaner way. And I was like, all right, pretty good little promo there, pal. All right, we appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. The General, Bob Carpenter. Thank you, Bob. I enjoy him.
Bob is always prepared, and he definitely consumes, like I told you, his radio show here, he talks about everything going on in Ohio, every sport you could imagine. Like, he watches everything.
I like that I asked you a question. You go, I don't know.
Bob.
Yeah, we're bringing on the expert. I got to ask Bob.
Tell us, Bob.
I was just trying to bring you in. I was just trying to bring you into the conversation. Shut the fuck up, all right?
I'll jump in as I go. But, yeah, I refer to Bob when it comes to a lot of different college football questions out there.
I enjoyed his brain. Like, Dalton Diggs, he loves college ball as well. I enjoy listening to different, takes. Like, he's obviously going to be biased towards Ohio State, we would assume.
Yeah, should be.
Which is fine.
Absolutely.
Better be.
And to their point, I mean, I love that he's saying, makeable kick, have to make that kick to go to the national championship.
Yep. No chance.
If that guy makes that kick right there, lock him in to be a fucking 15-year NFL vet.
First round pick.
One of the greatest of all time. Like, obviously, you have to make that. Like, walking on the field, have to make that kick. But also, that's a tough ball to make
the odds
in that situation.
Right.
Is he back?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I made him a speed
He might have.
bump
No, I think
on
he might have
campus.
graduated. I don't know.
I almost transferred after my junior year. Nobody would take me, though. Really? It's kind of like Jonathan Taylor's situation.
Go seek a trade. Go seek a transfer.
Oh, so you just missed 2 kicks in the first quarter of the biggest game of the year? Yeah. We don't want you on our team, pal. Sorry about it. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I wasn't going to come anyway. This was me just testing my water. Coming back after the senior year, that was not an easy. Jogging back on that field the first few times was like, oh, this is the scene of the worst day of my life. All these people hate me. This is fun. Can't wait to go kick some balls here. Then you get past it.
Right.
Then you move on. Hopefully that kid will be able to do the exact same thing. Yeah. We are coming into that with college football. There's going to be some missed kicks.
Yeah.
Some lives ruined.
Week 0, there was quite a few.
But there'll be some ones made.
Week 0, I didn't see any big-time ones missed. Like,
fucking Ohio missed missed one that was pretty important.
The ND had a miss.
Yeah, but they were up 40.
So they killed them.
So, yeah, Navy missed a few, too. But, yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's those ones that are just
hard to find consistent kickers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just kicker; it's the whole operation.
Yeah.
People forget about that.
Yeah.
It's the whole
The holder.
the snapper,
The snapper.
The whole thing's not easy. Now, granted, I'm not saying that it's harder than any other position of football, but it's like there's a lot that has to happen for a successful outcome to happen. And you watch these NFL guys, and you're like, oh, it's simple, it's easy, because these guys are making more kicks than ever. It's like, no, all you got to be off is like that much, and it's over. Your life's over. Okay. Yeah, you should think about disappearing. Yeah, all right.
Especially in college, I assume it's a little tougher than it would be like if you're missing a big kick in the
Oh,
pros. 'cause
no.
you're just-
It's way tougher in the pros.
Well, the pros, the only thing
For a kicker?
Yeah, because you got to think about the money.
Well, true, but also you're not like in college if you're missing a kick, like you said, like your life is over.
Yeah,
Like, you're
college
not
is
going-
tough. You're out and about with
Right,
everybody that hates
exactly.
you every single day.
Might be a little easier now for them because they're not out and about as much. They don't go out as much, and they have a lot of online classes, so it could be a little bit easier.
I did appreciate being told, like, probably shouldn't get a class for a little bit. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Oh, now don't go?
Thanks. Yeah, I haven't been, but, like, I get the narrative that you're saying. Yeah, I saw all the bottles that were thrown in my car outside, yeah. And I got the messages that I should die, and, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't. By the way, probably not paying attention in any of these classes anyways, just trying to get by here. But I hope that this year showcases every kicker makes every kick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No misses.
Week 0, It's already kind of off to a bad. Let's swipe that completely off the picture.
That's phase 0.
I hope every kick. I would like to make this announcement. It's very selfish. I've forgiven myself for missing those 2 kicks.
Hell yeah.
You should.
Why wouldn't you?
Good.
I hadn't. For a long,
Why is that selfish?
well, just because like we're potentially going to game day week 3 for the backyard brawl if we, handle
When
we handle business here. But that's slate of games week 3. Like there's not a lot. So like if we keep this thing tight with Penn State, that's all. Like
That's all we need.
if we keep it tight, and Pitt does their thing, which we assume Pitt will do, like that week 3 backyard brawl. And I thought about it. I'm like, because I'm promoting that it's happening. I had like a real conversation with myself. Like, do I want to be? Like that could be that's not a good memory.
It should be, too.
Like don't want to relive that almost. But
Well,
then
you're the one. It lives fresher in your mind than anybody else. I had no idea it happened.
No, there's a couple people out there that I've never forgotten. They will remind me every single time it gets brought up. But also, like, I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, it happened. I apologize. Yeah. You guys could have scored more points on the offensive side, too. We're all in this shit together. I'm going to move on. You want to be dead. I understand it. I want to be dead, too. And we move on. So it's like, it has been a long process for that. And I'm like genuinely excited to get back for that, especially if I'm able to with game day. That would be sick.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. And like, yeah, maybe in the past you probably wouldn't know, or not you, but like us as a whole wouldn't know. But they do run it every year. Like it is a thing with the Revis return. And I didn't know
the Revis return isn't the.
That
one sucks. The 2 missed kicks. I mean, I had a tough couple.
Yeah.
But also, I had a 51-yarder head Hines record.
Let's go.
That never gets talked about.
Also, it doesn't get talked about. Those were in the first quarter. When
Yeah.
he told me that, I was like, wait a second. Why is everyone so mad here?
Yeah, I always have to remind myself of that. Like, it was first
We
quarter,
had
bro.
3 quarters to play.
Plenty of ops.
We had to lead at halftime, too. I mean, I don't want to just do too much, but I fucking certainly.
Pitt stopped that.
I did. But they were preparing for us for like 4 weeks, they said.
they just threw every other game
Through
out.
the last game.
Was it
they were
Shady or
like,
Dion Lewis? Who had it?
Shady. Yeah.
There's Shady and Pat Bostic.
Which.
Dylan's brother?
No. This guy's a little bit more athletic than Dylan.
Oh.
But not much.
Like Bill Ding then.
Pat Bostic, big brain, right? Didn't he have a big fucking
Massive
brain?
cranium.
Big brain.
Did he call their games though?
Yeah, I do believe so, yeah.
Good personality. I've met Pat Bostic a few times. I'm a fan of the man, but I cannot believe we lost that game. My fault. I've forgiven me.
Well.
I don't know if West Virginia has, but man, fuck it. I'm living a much easier life. Bam!
Boom.
If that would have won in, it would have been all right. That's a recent development, by the way.
Good.
That you have forgiven yourself, you're saying? That's recent?
Yeah, pretty recent.
That's good.
Yeah.
You should.
That's good.
First quarter? I mean, I had no idea it was in the first quarter.
Well, doesn't matter.
First-
You know, 'cause
I mean, if
every
you miss-
play matters.
That's right.
If you missed 4 kicks in the first quarter, like I wouldn't remember after halftime.
Well, if you get a
If
chance
we had
to
to
redeem
lead at halftime, I wouldn't remember anyway.
Yeah, but if you get a chance to redeem yourself at the end, those aren't even talked about. I did not get a chance to get back out.
There you go.
Still had to punt, though. You know what I mean? Still have to go out there and punt. Ah!
Oh, man. Got it.
Oh! Well, That's not an indicator of anything.
No.
Not at all.
We're not going to let that bad mojo think about anything that we just talked about.
Absolutely not.
I'm getting cooked for saying that wasn't a wild request to ask for Jalen Waddle for Jonathan Taylor.
By who, Dolphins fans?
I think idiots on the internet. Yeah, like so Jonathan Taylor deserves to get paid $17 million a year by stingy-ass Jim Irsay, okay? Right now, coming off his worst year, still has another year in contract. Just a couple months ago said that he was going to play through his contract. When everybody had money in the calendar cycle, he said, I'm playing here, I'm finishing my contract. Then he comes in, holds the team hostage, does this whole thing, and hey, get your money. So he deserves to get paid that amount of money, but it's a wild request to ask for the number 2 wide receiver for a team in return. I don't understand how that makes sense.
At all.
I don't know how that is the thing. And also, yeah, that's how business goes. When you're trading something, it's like
negotiating. What do you mean? You got to throw something out there so they can counter. What do you like?
So dumb.
Throw everything at them and then say, of course, it's going to be ridiculous, and they're going to come back with something. Hopefully,
I'm getting cooked for it. I mean, people are saying I'm cheeks. That's going to happen. I think it's
especially next week.
But
yeah.
The good thing is it goes into the weekend. Well, then game day. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
it's going to be so loud next week.
NFL Sunday, though, that's just that wipes away everything.
Yeah, then overreaction Monday, we're in.
Yeah. Exactly. At the season, you forget just how many days are after another, where everything from the day before gets wiped out tenfold than it was in the offseason.
By the way, YouTube TV did a little preview of the quad box.
Saw that.
College football this weekend. It's going to be awesome for us.
Yes.
I get you zeked up.
Oh, it got me zeked up.
Saw the photo of it. I got all zeked up.
Yeah.
Wait, do we get to pick the games?
I think for NFL you do. You didn't for college, but I think for NFL you
they just gave you the 4?
Yeah.
Was Jacksonville State one of them?
Yes.
Hey, let's remember that. We are on Jacksonville State until proven otherwise.
Every game.
UTEP, Vandy, OU, and then I can't remember what the other one was.
Notre Dame?
No, Notre Dame was already over.
What a good year.
But there was only 4 games on, so it's pretty easy.
I hope Notre Dame goes on a run so we can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Trot fucking Lou Holtz's ass out to a press conference right over here. Just start the second hour with it. Hey, welcome back now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over to Coach Lou Holtz talking about Notre Dame and you. Thank you. Oh, my God.
Fingers crossed. Need you, Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Go. You talked to Freeman at all? Marcus Freeman ever?
Yeah. Talk to him, not a ton.
Does he ever come on this program?
Yeah, I did. I thought he did once.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought I thought it was after the season where it was talked about.
Oh, so Zito just said that's 100% on us. We were actually given his contact information, then we never hit him up.
Well,
that's kind of our problem, which is why it's good.
Yeah,
to
I think I sent you like their SID's number a long time ago.
Yes, which goes back to the point of why we wanted to go to a network. Like it sucks hitting people up saying, "Hey, would you like to waste valuable minutes of your life talking to us?" Like that is not a fun thing. I think if you ask any show that happens, that is the most uncomfortable part of it all. Like getting people to come on the show. But we enjoy the shit out of talking to people. It's a massive part of the show. So ESPN having to do that is great. Now, that whole department has been a full conversation as well. Good people, great people.
But
well, this is just what happens in the booking department. We've had a couple bookers. We've run through a couple bookers because this has been something that I hated for so long. I don't like cold texting people, sending DMs. Hey, will you come on the program? It's uncomfortable because that's a big ask that you're doing that. Oh. So we're told, you get a booker. This is how this whole thing goes. So then we hire a booker, pay this booker more money than we've ever paid anybody, myself included. This booker is supposed to change our lives. Hey, give us a list of 1,000 people you want to have on the show. Okay, so that gives them 10 days to kind of do their thing as we're putting this massive list together. Then it turns out nobody that's actually wanted on that list is available. But if we do this conversation with number 1,500 on your list, we might be able to get number 20. So it's a lot of that type of stuff. It's a lot of
So then you're like, all right, I'll just do it myself? Is that how it goes?
Yep, that is exactly how it goes, yeah. Yeah, see, you're wasting our money. I'd rather hear Connor talk than this person.
What do they say when you give them a list of 1,000 people? Like, hey, we love your list. We really do. Unfortunately, no one is available on that list.
We'll get to work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we want to map out a path to get you number 2. So number 2's publicist is this person who also reps this person who has a book coming out in 2 weeks. You've never heard of them. Their book will not sell more than 100 copies. But to win over the publicist, you talk to this person, then the publicist might pull some strings, and you'll be able to get there, and then you'll be able to do this. And it's like, oh, this is a racket. Yeah, this sounds fake.
A lot of them might. A lot of them might do this, might do that, could have. Yeah.
You got to play our cards right.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was a fun. Yeah, it was funny.
And you know how I really talk to Suits is really, I mean, I have a lot of patience for Suits.
Yep.
That is something I certainly have. Buddy, these people's brains just got to explode whenever I start talking. What are you laughing about, Pack? Pack heard a couple of them.
Because I get to listen. Oh, my God.
It's real. Right, let's just cut the shit.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Let's just cut the shit. I don't have time to do this call 4 times, so I'm just going to get right to this. You need to stop disrespecting Zito, okay? When Zito gives an answer, it is a real answer. And we would like it to be treated that way because we're not running in circles with you. So let's just get to it. And then all of a sudden I walk away and there's just a dead silence on the Zoom and Zito's sitting there.
What's up, guys?
It is awesome. So, want to move on?
Yeah.
What do we want to do?
Done here? Or? Nice. That looked like it went in.
It did.
So you telling me Orlovsky's really in a movie with Denzel?
Yeah. He is the Equalizer 3.
Call him.
No, it has to be like a commercial.
He also did a sweet voiceover for Connecticut football.
Oh, so good.
And then he's got that shoulder thing.
Yeah.
Dan Orlovsky is in his
killing
zenith. He's at his zenith right now.
He is.
Yeah.
This is Dan Orlovsky's season.
Yeah.
This is Dan Orlovsky's season.
Yeah.
That's what we are in right now. We need to know Orlovsky's starts now, and it goes till March.
That's right.
And we are just in the middle of it.
Yep.
And now he's an actor, a model, a salesperson.
What?
Who's that dude that wore the blue shirt that enjoyed a little cocaine, but he sold every product on
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
This is the new guy. This is the, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now. He's the new Billy Mays.
Yep.
He's a model, obviously.
What?
He's an actor.
Yep.
And it is Orlovsky's. Ladies and gentlemen, the quarterback guru, offensive NFL football expert from ESPN, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah,
Dano, real quick. Hey, the boys can't get a heads up that you're acting with fucking Denzel Washington,
right.
dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, Dano.
I should have sent you a subtle text message bragging about that. Yeah, my bad. That's on me, Coach.
How's that?
I have no idea. I have no idea, dude. When CAA sent me the text, I was like, "Are you serious?" I have no idea how I ended up there, type of thing. You know, like I'm in a movie promo with Denzel, but
promo. That's not an actual scene. That's not in the movie.
Wait, what?
I do not believe so. No.
Not that impressive.
Hang
Still something with Denzel, though. Still something with Denzel. Did you have to take an acting class? Did you watch a YouTube? Because your facial, they say acting is in the face.
Was
Boy,
he there?
Your emotions were fantastic.
Unreal.
Yeah, I think I got carried by Stephen A. for the most part. I didn't do much, dude. Like Stephen A. had like 9 lines. I had like 2 or 3. We were there for an hour. Pretty. I had no acting class though. I just kind of
winged it.
Just winged it.
Oh, this guy's a natural. This guy's a fucking natural.
Damn.
Go ahead, AJ. What you ask him?
Did you get to talk to Denzel at all?
No conversations with Denzel. No.
What the hell?
Are you in the same place as him, or was that shot?
Probably.
No, that was like I don't what a cute computer generated. Like they
Come on! I thought there was a chance you actually get killed by Denzel in that whole thing. Good acting. That's great acting. That's fake. That's great acting. How about this big guy here that played Aussie Rules football, sitting right 4 feet from you? Do you think about crossing him a little sideways or what?
He wasn't there either. It was just Stephen A. and I.
What?
Everything else is the actual.
What is real?
Hollywood and their tricks.
Bro, they spent $3 million on this thing, and it's not in the movie? It's just a promo?
Did they really spend that much money on it?
You're telling me everything's computer generated? What are we talking about? The tech had to go something pretty bananas. That budget?
I think it's like the way they had so many different cameras there. I think it's a relatively because they were like computer generating the shot almost live. Like we were able to see it as it's being shown as the promo almost live. So I don't think it's that difficult for them.
This guy's acting with a monitor.
Unbelievable.
So good.
Wow.
It's very difficult.
Like that right there? How is that?
Bro, the emotions that you were showing while talking to a TV screen, now that we're learning, truly remarkable. You're a thespian. You're a real thespian.
Yeah.
Good job.
I feel like you guys are mocking me per usual.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
No.
Say something nice to this guy.
Bro, you're in a fucking piece of content with Denzel Washington and Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me, I have no idea how I have no idea how I ended up in there, but I was happy about it.
Because you're a good actor,
You earned it, Dan, and you're a thespian.
What the hell?
Thank you, Dan.
The disrespect.
What are you talking about today? Where's the Dan wagon headed?
Yo, we talked about the Jets and the
it's over.
Cowboys today for the 3 millionth time in a row.
Dan gets one scene with Denzel all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hey, this whole thing,
I'm done with this shit. It's acting with Denzel.
you guys see what I'm doing in my spare time?
NFL Live, I think we're doing some Deshaun stuff. I think we're doing Richardson, and I don't know if actually off of your show is going to be on NFL Live.
Stop.
Look at us.
And die happy.
What do we do?
Well, because the stuff with Josh Allen and like when he talked about that whole sequencing thing and that Anthony Richardson had gone that, so like we're going to do a little bit with that. I think we're doing a little bit of Kenny Pickett.
You're welcome.
A little
Stop
bit
talking
Patriots,
about Kenny, please. Too many people are talking about Kenny and the Steelers. Everyone's going to ruin it.
Talk about the Patriots. Then.
Slow it down is what Diggs is saying. Too much chatter about the Pittsburgh Steelers. There was no chatter before training camp. Now everybody's on the guy with two gloves dick.
I don't think us talking about him has any like impact on their wins and losses.
Okay.
Well, that's why you're you, and we're not in scenes with Denzel.
Exactly.
Did you change your ex bio? See, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
No.
Acted with Denzel
Yeah.
Washington.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Maybe I should throw something out in there like was an Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington, 72-time Grammy winner, Academy Award winner, whatever it is.
LOL.
Avi.
Yeah.
It was Liddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
No cap.
No cap. How about
But all it does is bring, like the back of the end zone thing was 15 years ago. All this does is continue to bring that to the forefront.
It's good. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, run from it, bud.
Well, your husband to a cool chick, we agree with that. Dad to triplet boys, that's a factual statement. And Lenny, dog?
Talk?
Lenny's dog?
Lenny's a dog.
Who? Is Lenny a dog?
No, Lenny's my daughter, Lennon.
Okay, of course. She is a dog, though.
Yeah,
Same
a big
name
time
as-
dog.
I've seen her. I was saying D-A-W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WG.
AJ as well. Same name.
Retired, yep, absolutely, Lennon. I got rock. So you have an Axel over there? Retired 12-year NFL quarterback. End zone should be 11 yards. Good joke. Follower of Jesus Christ.
Hoorah.
Oh, you follow 971 people, though, so Jesus, I guess, would be 972 there. But I do love what you got going on. Hey, how about your fucking Billy Blanks? What's his name?
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays shoulder thing getting properly captioned by you. Perfect. That was a perfect ad. You should feel very proud of that.
There's so many people who took what my initial line was seriously and were like, here's my chance to roast Orlovsky. Blows my mind. Guys, I'm completely aware that I threw 15 touchdowns in the NFL. Like, that is why I'm able to make the comment and laugh about it. But everyone's like, oh, really, Dan? Your arm's sore for 15 touchdowns? I'm like,
That's awesome.
Dan, who cares? Let that number run up. I think you might have the biggest post in X or Twitter history that actually has hashtag ad in it. Normally, that just... Normally it like torpedoes it. The algorithm sees it, like, all right, yep, they ain't giving us any money.
Fuck
Boom, we're out of here. That thing went the opposite direction. You should feel good about yourself. You should start wearing blue polos. Maybe try a little Colombian Bam Bam.
What?
Maybe get yourself on QVC or the Home Shopping Network.
What?
All of a sudden, you're up on Shark Tank all of a sudden. Maybe you were missing out on something. And then on the other hand, maybe you need to start reading more scripts.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to start being a thespian. Maybe win yourself a Golden Globe or an Oscar or something like that. And I know it is Orlovsky's. And I know we're about to see you on TV for 6 to 7 hours a day for the next 7 months. But think about working in these other things that you're very good at, pal, alongside the modeling as well.
what? Thank you. What actor? I have an actor in mind that I kind of look like. Who do you think I look like? That's an actor. I'll give you one hint.
Michael B. Jordan.
Wesley Snipes.
Beetlejuice.
Who's that little one in Game of Thrones?
I can't. I can't describe.
Sorry, who was it?
What's so funny?
Yo, who said Wesley Snipes? Who said Wesley Snipes? Is that Boston Connor?
No.
No, it was AJ right there, right to your face.
He actually said Beetlejuice, so if you knew who that is.
That was not good.
A little further off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who do you got? Who is it?
No, dude, I'm not saying it now. I'm not saying it.
Can we get a hint, though? Can we at least get a hint?
Reynolds, Gosling, who is it?
Skinny Jonah?
Ethan Hawke.
Probably Gosling.
It's Brad
Probably
Pitt
Ryan
because he
Gosling.
eats and talks at the same time.
Ethan Hawke.
Oh, yeah. I
Could be.
forgot about that. The whole eat chips
Who's
while...
Who's the actor from? I think he did like 13 Hours, I want to say, and then he was also in The Office.
James Franco?
Krasinski.
John Krasinski?
In your
Fuck
dreams,
off,
Orlovsky.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Right.
Go
Don-
to hell.
I see it, Dan.
More like, hey, look up Paul Giamatti.
Boom. And you're welcome, by
All
the
you
way.
guys are talking like you're 10s, dude. All you guys are talking like you're catches.
No, we're not.
no.
man. We're just letting you know that. Yeah, I could see it.
I see it. I see it a
Come
little bit.
on.
I could
I
see
see it, man.
You guys hit me
band
with
right there.
Beetlejuice,
Not me.
Paul
Whoa,
Giamatti.
That's a
Whoa,
compliment of the
whoa.
highest order.
Giamatti.
Both of those huge
In the
compliments.
90s. Wesley in the 90s.
Who's the guy? Richard Hell?
Richard Gere.
Oh, Paul Walter Hauser.
Oh.
I don't know who
PWA.
that is.
You son of a bitch.
All right, I'm done with it. We appreciate you. This is run its course. We've got everything we needed. Who's
That was
winning?
great.
Who's winning the Super Bowl right now, Dan?
The Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Maybe you do look like Krasinski.
Oh, here we yeah.
Peter.
This guy's
Boom.
he was at the ESPYs.
Zoom in on his face.
All right, I'm out, dude.
What?
I'm never coming on
What are
this
you
show
doing?
again.
Why?
I'm never coming on this show again.
I didn't say the ball. Look at the face. Oh, Dan.
Compliment of the highest order. I wish I got PWH more.
Yeah.
He hang up.
Yeah.
Call him back.
I mean, he's
Call him
mad
back.
at
Let's
that.
apologize. Guys, let's
Pump
apologize.
Beetlejuice up. Put Beetlejuice up if he really
I actually does an incredible Beetlejuice impersonation.
Really? Beetlejuice is, I don't know, that's from that one movie that he's wearing.
No, that's the movie Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton. I
Howard
think
Stern.
he was talking about Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen him. He got a Jeff Jarrett
Yes, he
guitar
did.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
to the head, slap nuts.
Slap
back,
nuts?
Yeah, back
Yep.
in the day. I remember that. Are you calling him back? Let's see if he answers. We got to apologize.
Man.
Come on, Dan.
Dan.
Why would PWH be an insult?
This guy does one scene with Denzel Washington, and then
into a diva.
all of a sudden it's our fault that we're trying to just workshop some ideas.
Yeah.
Is anybody in the same room now? That films movies. I heard like Meet the Fockers, the third one. The two main characters they didn't film it together.
Really?
That takes like
De
no
Niro
talent.
and old buddy. De
Ben
Niro and the other
Stiller?
guy.
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman and De Niro. Like they said, we're never even filming
They
together.
fought.
But
Chris Nolan
I know.
says that he feels like you can't use any CGI. Right? You know what he
Oh
said?
yeah, he's big practical effects guy.
Crashed a plane into a warehouse because it was cheaper.
He also said that
Is that Oppenheimer?
he said it sucks the soul out of the actors whenever they walk into a green screen and have to like mimic these things or whatever. I think he said, so the way I do it is we will always do movies or whatever. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Love that.
That's how it should be.
Yes.
Because you think about like Avatar, that was just
You said Oppenheimer was not very good.
I just said it was like 2.5 hours too long.
Long.
I've heard that from multiple different people that are like, they just say like, yes, whatever.
I mean, I'm sure that if we were to go back, we could really nitpick which scenes were not needed. You know, especially now there was one storyline that they just went with in the middle of the movie that ends up, who cares?
Didn't matter.
Why is this even here? You know, but I think it's that art thing. So, hey, we'll let him do his art. Okay, he makes good movies. He feels like this is a necessity. We'll do it. But also, 3 hours in a movie theater with numerous people that have not been outside around others in a long time. Sure, that was tough. That was very, very tough.
Reeking of shit.
What?
No, bad day. Eating nachos.
Oh, okay.
Mid-movie. You know, normally beginning of the movie, you got to deal with these people.
Munching.
Yeah, and, you know, there's people, I guess, that do not care if they chew with their mouths open or whatever. It's like, my kids won't be one of those.
Can't do it.
That can't happen. What's that called, that thing? It's an actual...
I always forget.
Yeah.
It's an actual thing.
Mesophobia.
Yes.
There it is.
Phobia.
Something like that, where it's just like a trigger for some people, like actual, like can't take lip smacking and chewing it. Boom, can't do it. I'm one of those people. Now, I've obviously learned to deal with it as you grow older because there's humans that don't feel that way. But every human that was in this movie theater seemingly thought they were at their living room. And this guy got 4 rounds of nachos. One of them 2 hours in. I thought we were done with he refreshed 2 hours into this fucking thing, and then all of a sudden he took that thing down. I've never seen as consistent of a flow of nacho, cheese, sand.
Nice.
One nacho at a time. We're not doubling this thing up. Whole fucking thing knocked out.
It's all you can focus on at a certain point.
2 hours in.
Oh, yeah, no
We're
chance.
2 hours in. This thing was supposed to be over an hour ago.
No
He
chance.
re-upped in the middle of this fucking thing. And then obviously,
Yep.
On the.
I'm just imagining like the camera shot if this was like a skit and it's just zoomed in on your face, just staring at him every time it goes into his mouth.
Because he was next to Sam, so like Sam's right next to me.
Oh, I didn't know he was right.
So I'm like looking right over.
Oh, how's the movie, Pat? Oh, I didn't see any of it.
Well, I missed fucking out from 2 hours into about 2:25 because I was letting the guy know next to him that we can hear you. Everybody can hear your fucking jaws right now, and your lips, and your breathing, because this guy couldn't breathe in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, 4 rounds of nachos. It was probably
those.
I'm happy he was out having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sitting next to
But Nolan, this is your fault. You get rid of all those things. We're already done by the movie by this guy's on his 3rd fucking nacho run.
Ordering DoorDash.
Nachos would be loud even if you knew how to chew. Even if you close your mouth, it's still loud.
100%.
Yeah.
100% you're going to hear it.
But you can limit the sound.
Yeah, you can. You got to be considerate. You should be, I should say.
He was a one-man band man. I mean, his nose was whistling.
Of course.
Oh God, that drives me nuts.
And
Was he farting too? Probably.
I mean, moving in the chair made a couple.
He probably was farting it was probably so warm in his seat. Oh,
It was hot in there. Yeah, there's no air conditioning.
Yeah, the nose whistle is devastating. We got a nose whistler in here. I don't know.
Who?
We do.
Well, I haven't heard it.
We do.
Einstein
Holy
back
shit.
there.
Yeah.
He whistles with his nose.
Brucey?
No, Mitt.
Well, he deviated his septum and fell off.
Einstein?
Yeah. Every time he breathes out.
Really?
Why'd you mention that? Now I'm going to hear it.
No. We just had to bring it to
I had
attention.
water in my ear yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Did you see that? I tweeted it
got
at
it out.
10:40, I think.
Late.
Got it out.
During Hard Knocks time.
That was a big deal. I haven't had water in my ear so long.
Hey, you got that fixed.
Congratulations getting that.
Dude, it was huge.
What'd you do? Did you blow?
9:47 a thing. No, I did a full.
Yep.
I'm not doing this all night. I just finally got sick of it. Saw stars, the whole thing. Thought I was knocking myself out.
Were you listening to Metallica?
Shut.
Take a blow dryer. Stick a blow dryer up there. Dry it out.
That's about to come with Virginia Tech.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those entrances.
So pumped for those.
Tennessee, LSU,
Wisconsin.
Alabama, I think has a sick one. Wisconsin. We're
Penn State.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of that.
Yeah, good luck. That first one of the year with those fireworks.
That Wisconsin dude that jump around.
Dabo running down the ramp.
Oh, in his khakis.
Look at me.
With Cade Klubnik behind him.
He's a leader.
Oh, man, that just got me juiced up. I'm zeked up right now.
That boy.
There's another one over
One more,
oh,
one more.
there's two.
Bonus.
You think that thing ever makes it to a golf course?
No, not a chance.
Absolutely not.
Well, out back.
Doubt it.
Yeah, short
That's course. Yeah.
That should be the thing that we strap the thing to.
Yeah.
For sure.
That'll pick up the balls.
We tried to
You
do
get some cool footage too. Put someone sitting on there with a footage too. Someone drives it, someone camera on the back.
like they're sitting. We'll put some pegs on.
Yeah, they'll face backwards
sell,
and
they
they'll
They
film.
can stay where the bag is. They can stay where the bag's supposed to go.
They got a sidecar for that thing? Yeah.
That would be so sweet.
Hold on.
Oh, I thought we were going to bust the fucking front door out there.
There's
All right, let's get
extra
up.
ball out here on this side. Oh, you're almost there. Those are nice black and gold J's, too.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. From Amazon.
Yeah.
Swack.
Oh, my God. It looks so good. Bill.
There it is. There it is. Give it a good throw.
Where's Bill? Oh, here we go.
Nah, we're done.
Calibrating.
Tomorrow it'll go in. Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
They probably
Come on.
catch that thing every time.
Yeah, you got a really flat hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was a terrible business plan.
One of the worst.
Yeah.
We should have known when we felt that ball that he was going to stink at quarterback ever since.
No, he's
hard,
good this year. We did know he was going to fall off for a year, though. The football gods were like, do you remember when you tried to ruin playing catch?
Yeah.
With your little fucking war machine
Hurting kids' hands.
that you were throwing around?
Can you imagine how disappointed you'd be if you fucking got that in your stocking on Christmas morning?
Give me Cole instead.
Exactly.
Cold be easier to catch.
It would.
Probably would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would be. Nope. Look at that. I mean, what are we doing?
Calibration.
Things got a mind of its own.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that.
Hey, look at us. All right, we're on the same page. We're more synced than ever. Let's get out of here, okay? We're back tomorrow. Big thanks to Bobby Carpenter for his top 5. I'm going to enjoy that every week.
Yes, very much.
I like I didn't know that Vince Carter riser thing was happening until we were doing it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's the general, baby.
He's thinking of
Oh,
ideas.
Buffalo.
Love that.
He'll explore the space. Believe me, he's thinking of ideas all week.
I love that. I like him taking ownership
Yes.
over it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's what we're looking for, top 5. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Need that.
It's like, I'm thinking 5's good, but also I want to send some love to somebody else. Need a riser, need a clever name. Vince Carter riser.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
great. Perfect.
I appreciate that, General Bob. Happy he's a part of the team. Bobby Carpenter, Josh Allen. I believe we have a Hall of Fame head coach coming on tomorrow.
Come on. Really? Confirmed?
Ladies and gentlemen, former Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. And when you say that, there's only two.
That's right.
Pretty much for the last like fucking 50, 60 years. Bill Cowher coming on.
Hey. That was either him or Chuck.
205, Bill Cowher. Now, last year, I did tell Bill Cowher enough with what he was saying about Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, I was not exactly thrilled with Bill Cowher coming out and burying Jeff Saturday. It's like, Bill, our team is already fucked, bub. Have you watched us at all? Another player gets a head coaching opportunity. Let's embrace and enjoy this. He was sticking up for all the coaches. I respect it. But growing up in Pittsburgh, that man from Pittsburgh, leading the Pittsburgh Steelers in the way that he did, obviously a hero to all of ours growing up. Can't wait to chat with him tomorrow. What a legend, AJ, old Bill Cowher.
He is the man. Everybody knows Bill Cowher, I feel like. You don't have to be a Pittsburgh fan to love Bill Cowher.
Yeah. So, Pittsburgh, though, he's one of us.
He is Pittsburgh.
He's a Yinzer that done well, and then he moved down to Carolina. With the whole,
not a big Penguins guy, but
he was just trying to make the town happy, which is what Yinzers do. You put when push comes to shove.
For sure.
Will this make you happy?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Pittsburgh,
I guess I'll do it.
Pittsburgh and especially Penguins fans don't get mad if you root for a different hockey team.
Let's get to a break. Big shout out to Bill Cowher.
Love you, Bill Cowher.
I remember the first time Bill Cowher was on the sideline. I don't know if he had Thursday Night Football. Was he a part of a Thursday Night Football crew at any point?
Yeah, he was with Dahn then, wasn't he?
I don't know. I think it was.
It was always CBS doing that. I don't know.
Did they do a Thursday ever? No.
Probably.
Thanksgiving, maybe.
Yeah.
Might have been just a primetime game where CBS was. I don't know. The first time I was on the sideline with Bill Cowher, I made it a point. Hey, I'm from Pittsburgh. Thank you for everything you did. And he was like, oh, no problem. I know you from Plum. He knew, obviously, where I was from and everything. And then I just wanted to get him worked up a little bit so I could see him fucking,
get fired up.
Spitting everywhere.
Get that jaw sticking out.
Like Sergeant saw Thursday Night Football sportscaster Bill Cowher left and Phil. Yeah, they did Thursday night. Yep. Shout out. Hey, come on, bub. Come on. Let's keep it going. Now's the time.
Keep it rolling.
Keep the brain going.
Sharp.
Keep the brain going. Let's get to a break. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. That's a real statement, and we should think about that every single day, especially as we roll closer to the football season and life's supposed to get better. This brain's still operating, AJ. That's good news.
Operating at a high level.
I don't think that's the case. That wrap. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.